Backgrounds, languages, and religions, and who can forget about the food? They all make this a cultural melting pot, full of great people and Southern hospitality. Atlanta's rich history is unmatched, known as the cradle of the civil rights movement for good reason. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Andrew Young, John Lewis, they all fought in the struggle for equal rights right here. Businesses on Sweet Auburn Avenue, local black churches, and college students from Atlanta all helped shape the future of America. Once an Olympic city, Atlanta's home to the best sports scene across the nation. Hey look, the South has something to say. You won't find more passionate fans anywhere. From the Atlanta Braves home run king, my man Hank Aaron, to the human highlight film Hawks Dominique Wilkins, some of the greatest athletes have come through Atlanta. We're talking the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, the MLS champs, Atlanta United. This city has something for every kind of sports fan. So what do you think? Is Atlanta the best city in America? Connect with us. Use Facebook or Instagram and tell us why this city's got it going on. And then watch us every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on The Morning Rush on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
Babe, where are my keys?
Mom, where's my lunch?
Where's my phone? Hey, where's my blue shirt?
Where's my pen? Have you seen it?
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy.
11 Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
And we begin with a very sad story within the Georgia Tech football program. A recruit who is set to begin classes next week has died after being hit by a train in his hometown of Deerfield Beach, Florida.
11 Alive's Elwin Lopez is digging into new details about what happened. Elwin?
Yeah, the Crawford County Sheriff's Office said they got a call about a person hit by a train around 4 o'clock this morning. They say 17-year-old Bryce Gowdy was taken to a nearby hospital where he later died. Deputies are still trying to figure out why he was around the railroad tracks. Gowdy was a 4-star receiver at Deerfield Beach High School. He signed with Georgia Tech earlier this month, and he graduated early from high school and was planning to move to Atlanta this week to start classes at Tech next Monday. He hinted to that in his final tweet he sent out less than 24 hours ago. He posted a picture of his family and says, quote, "Family matters. Can't wait to get to the ATL soon." Georgia Tech football coach Jeff Collins tweeted out his condolences this afternoon, saying, "We are heartbroken. Bryce will always be a part of our Georgia Tech football family. We will be praying for him and all those who love him." Now, since Gowdy's passing, the hashtags BelieveIn7 and RIP Simba have been circulating social media. Messages of support have come from several high-profile football programs, including the University of Miami and Florida State. It's one of our top stories on 11alive.com. Download the app right now to learn more about his standout high school career.
All right, Ellen, thank you. New tonight, DeKalb police investigating a deadly shooting that all started with a dispute over the victim's pet dog. The shooting happened at an apartment complex on South Harrison Road this afternoon. Police have not released the victim's identity, only that he was a black male in his 20s. Right now, officers are working to identify suspects.
We will be finishing up 2019 on a dry note, and you can see here on our moisture map, this purple color indicates the very dry air that we have in place. And that's going to stick with us not only tonight, for the daytime hours tomorrow, and also as we go into Wednesday, it's going to be very dry as well. You can see that purple color still sitting on top of us. But I want you to watch down here. That's when we start to see some moisture building coming in from the west and out of the Gulf of Mexico. And that's going to start spreading some showers into our area on Thursday, and then especially on Friday. We're going to see a better coverage of rain in our area during the day on Friday. The good news is it's going to be moving out. However, as it moves out, cold air is going to push in. There's even a chance over parts of North Georgia on Saturday that we could see a few flurries as that moisture moves out and the colder air moves in. We're going to talk much more about that for you and what to expect for the beginning of 2020 in just a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. Topping our speed feed tonight, we are learning new information about a teenage girl who was shot and killed in the Peoplestown neighborhood of Atlanta overnight. Here's what we know. It happened just before 4 a.m. inside of a house on Washington Street. According to police, an argument led to gunshots. The victim, only 15. Another man was injured, expected to be okay. 6 people were detained and are currently being questioned by police. Police say everybody inside the house knew each other, but it is unclear what sparked the argument. A Cobb County woman is accused of allegedly keeping multiple dogs in what police called terrible conditions. Shalandra Vereen was arrested on Christmas Eve. The dogs were found in feces-infested cages. They were severely underfed, and they were being kept for breeding purposes only. She was arrested, is currently out on bond right now. Soon you'll be able to rent out the beach house that once belonged to Ted Turner. The South Carolina Director of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism says the state is finishing rehabilitation work on the property on St. Philip's Island. It is expected to open for rental in 2020. It has 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and a poster of Bob Horner, the state. That was the cheap laugh. You're not old enough to remember Bob Horner. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
The state bought the property in 2018 for $4.9 million, according to the Post and Courier. Nothing is listed yet on how much it will cost to rent. Time is running out to register to vote in next month's special election is tonight. The election is for next month's vote to fill the vacancy in House District 171, which covers parts of southwest Georgia. They're seeking to replace the Republican Jay Powell, who died last month at a legislative retreat. Remember, Georgia completed its state and federally required maintenance of moving and active voter registrations to canceled status. So you must have your voter registration postmarked no later than today, December 30th. You'll have until midnight tonight to register online.
He coached 3 sports for more than 2 decades in Fayette County, but over the weekend, Coach John Strickland lost his battle with colon cancer. Coaches and student athletes in Fayette County say Strickland always put the students first, and they told our Joe Henke that is why he continued to coach and teach up until his final days.
Fayette County High boys basketball coach Andre Flynn at practice today.
Don't ever give up. Keep working. Just got to keep working.
Echoed a few of Coach John Strickland's final words.
He said make sure the Fayette County girls and the Fayette County boys continue to stay on top. Make sure they still continue to do what they're doing. That's what he was told me on Saturdays.
Coach Flynn called Strickland a colleague and mentor for many years.
Game speed. Then we're not surprised in the game.
Strickland coached the girls' basketball team to a state championship, coached football, track and field, and taught PE, while helping his students succeed on and off the field.
He'll never be forgotten. He'll never be replaced for what he's done to the Fayette County community. Like I said, he did everything. He was here all the time.
Flynn says Strickland did not let cancer stop him. 2 weeks ago, he could be found in his office finishing grades before the holiday break.
But I knew he was struggling. I knew he was in pain later on down, but he never complained.
The basketball team in June tweeting a video of Strickland, blessed and excited to get speed training from the best all-around coach in the state of Georgia, the tweet read.
He was here night in, night out, dedicated to sports, school, and getting us better as young men.
Basketball player Jacoby Coleman is also the school's starting quarterback. Strickland was the school's quarterback coach. Coleman says the news of his coach's death left him in shock.
It's just heartbreaking. Like, the Fayette County High School was known for Coach Strickland, Coach Flynn. And with one of the head pieces going, it's just irreplaceable.
Coach Flynn, though, reminding Coleman and his classmates to think about the positive.
He's no more pain. So that's how we got to look at it. That's how we got to approach it. And no more pain, and he's in a better place.
And an example of the support Coach Strickland has here in Fayette County and beyond is an online fundraiser set up to help with his funeral and other expenses. That fundraiser started less than 2 days ago with a goal of $5,000. As of late this afternoon, nearly 3 times that total has already been raised.
Late today, Congressman John Lewis tweeted out that he's never faced a fight like this. He's faced a lot in his life. Civil rights leader, Georgia Congressman John Lewis announced he has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. In a statement, Lewis says doctors found the cancer after a routine medical visit, then did some more tests. Despite the prognosis, the congressman says he is hopeful. Joining us to talk more about it, 11 Alive medical correspondent Dr. Sujatha Reddy. Dr. Reddy, walk us through the treatment steps here, because he even mentioned in a statement that he was glad to see there have been some advancements in treatments, and he's hoping that will help.
There absolutely have been advancements, and I think we should be definitely hopeful for him. And he's battled so much, and I'm sure he can battle this as well. You know, pancreatic cancer, the treatment is usually a combination of surgery, chemotherapy, and/or radiation. But really what's going to be done is going to depend on the stage of the cancer. Now, his is pretty advanced at stage 4, so they're going to treat him specifically for what's going on for him. But I do think treatments have come a long way. But with most cancers, we do best if we can find them early. If you find it like at a stage 1, it's possible to remove the cancer, remove part of the pancreas, and possibly cure the person. But one of the biggest problems we have is we have no screening for pancreatic cancer, and the symptoms are very vague. They can be anything from digestive changes, weight loss. You can develop a loss of appetite. You may get a yellowing of the eyes or the skin. We call that jaundice. The color of the urine and the stool may change. You may get itchy skin. But some of these symptoms don't show up until later in the advancement or progression of the disease, so it's very frustrating.
We saw that with Alex Trebek, also diagnosed with stage 4, and now Congressman Lewis as well. It's a difficult part of this specific type of cancer.
Yeah, it's kind of hidden. But the one thing people should do is keep up with your checkups, because it sounds like that's what helped him. And there are a couple things you can do to prevent or decrease your risk for cancer. One is going to be, if you're a smoker, stop smoking. If you're a non-smoker, never smoke. If you have diabetes, it can increase your risk. So if you see your diabetes getting harder to control, that's a possibility. But another way to decrease your risk, and you can call it prevention, is to eat a healthy diet full of fruits and vegetables and maintain and keep a healthy weight. People that are at risk for pancreatitis are going to have, pancreatic cancer, may have had a family history. Again, smokers are at higher risk. Diabetes may increase your risk, and if you've ever had pancreatitis, which is an infection or inflammation in the pancreas, that can increase your risk. But fortunately, pancreatic cancer is rare. It's estimated there are less than 200,000 cases a year. So it is a rare cancer, but it is a very problematic one.
All right, well, he's been really transparent, letting everyone know the fight he's in and what he faces now, and says he's going to keep working
I'm
through
sure
it.
he
I'm
will.
not surprised by that, are you? Not at all. And since this announcement, as you might expect, it's been our top story on 11alive.com. Thousands and thousands of messages of support, including messages from so many other lawmakers, many pointing to Lewis's strength and ability to persevere despite incredible odds. Be sure to share any words of encouragement you'd like to for Representative Lewis. And if you have any personal stories, we'd love to hear from you as well. You can find our post on the 11 Alive Facebook page. Dr. Reddy, thanks.
Well, after the break, do you have your New Year's resolution set? Well, if not, don't worry. Some experts say it may do you more harm than good. How to plan for 2020 the right way. Next.
And don't forget, we are streaming right now on the 11 Alive YouTube channel. Subscribe and join the conversation in the community section. We have a lot more 11 Alive news in prime time right after the break.
And so the A Scene keeps up with all of it for you. Casting calls, which big celebrities are in town, what's filming, and if it's in your neighborhood. It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But you know, I really wish you would have told us we were filming this today.
Ooh, did I not text you? All right. Ah, it's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed. In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
Jeff.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning.
I'm learning the taste of water because I'm sugary.
Okay,
Right.
About that.
Well, reward would be
Slimming down. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
A little water in my cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin. You know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. It's not gonna be.
The Georgia peach is staying firmly on the ground this New Year's Eve, but it's still on display for people who love the Atlanta tradition to come out and see it. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms broke the news back in November that the peach drop would not be going on. It was going to be on hiatus this year. She said the event felt rushed and organizing it seemed more complicated now that the city doesn't own the underground. So the peach is set up at the Fulton County Government Center for selfies or whatever else you'd like to do out there from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. In the meantime, Fulton County Commission Chairman Rob Pitt says the county is looking for a new place to host the peach drop, a 30-year tradition here in the city. It's also looking for private funding to get the event up and running for New Year's 2020.
With the peach drop on hiatus, many are looking for other New Year's Eve plans, and there have been years that 100,000 people went to the peach drop, believe it or not, and that has some other event planners really concerned about bigger crowds than they are used to, or for that matter, can handle, particularly in East Atlanta, where organizers are holding the only public ball drop in the city. It's called the Rooster Drop. The venue's less than 5 miles away from Underground. So organizers are concerned that crowds could put the space or put a lot of stress on the staff that'll make it very tough.
We expect we would be 6 to 7 times last year's number in terms of potential people that would want to come. And that's part of the proactive dialogue the city has had back and forth with us, where we're talking about contingency planning in terms of, as all these people are aware of this because of the peach drop canceling, how do we help manage the potential people that could show up?
City officials say they are aware of the concerns, but they expect a lot of people looking for an event that will go to Ponce City Market for fireworks, too. As of now, they are not planning any extra security in Midtown.
Well, the clock is about to start ticking on New Year's resolutions, but now comes some expert opinion that some resolutions may do you more harm than good. NBC's Chris Clackham tells us how.
Even before the confetti falls, some New Year's resolutions will likewise have fallen, unless they're easy.
To be kinder, listen more, and be a little bit more tolerant.
Most resolutions, though, are meant to be tough and a challenge to keep.
I make them and break them in a very short amount of time.
And usually those are the most common resolutions.
Lose some weight, exercise more, travel more.
However, some experts now wonder if some resolutions do more harm than good, especially if they're not reasonable and especially if they're not given enough time to succeed.
When people can't stick to resolutions, they may be dispirited a little bit.
Or maybe more than a little bit, enough to make people give up too quickly, which is why psychologists like the Cleveland Clinic's Scott B. suggest realistic resolutions that might stand a better chance if started long after the holidays.
Around the new year, around the holidays, maybe it's not the ideal time for change. We don't quit smoking the day the dog dies.
And he says the first resolution should be sticking to it for at least 63 to 66 days, because that's about how long it takes for a resolution to become a habit.
Well, now that the sun has been down for a little while, we're watching those temperatures as they cool off with the mainly clear skies here in the 8 o'clock hour, still in the 50s, but we're dropping into the 40s for the 9, 10 o'clock hour, and then continuing to fall through the 40s during the overnight hours. We're going to have clear skies, no clouds around, no moisture at all, and that's just going to help those temperatures to fall a little bit more. In fact, by the early morning hours here tomorrow morning, we're going to start off with those temperatures that'll be in the 30s, so it's going to be kind of a chilly start to the day. And I think we'll get down to 38 here in Atlanta for our official low, and maybe even some cooler temperatures outside the city. We get up to 54 in the afternoon. That's just a couple of degrees above where we should be for this time of year. We're going to go with a 10 on the wazometer. That's our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day. Mostly sunny skies, looking really nice. It's a great way to end 2019. And it looks like we'll begin 2020 with dry weather as well. Here's how it looks through the rest of the evening hours tonight. Dry conditions, just a little bit of a breeze around in the morning, starting off with most mostly sunny skies, dry weather conditions. Yeah, I know this forecast track's not showing a lot of activity on here. At lunchtime, still mostly sunny. Into the afternoon, mostly sunny with temperatures in the mid-50s. And then we get into the evening hours here for Tuesday night when a lot of folks are going to be out and about for New Year's Eve celebrations. Here's the breakdown of what we're watching. It is going to be dry. We're going to have clear skies, but it is going to be chilly. So if you're going out to dinner, maybe heading out into the yard to do some fireworks or going to a neighborhood party or something, 41 at 8 o'clock in the evening for your tomorrow night. 39 at 10 o'clock, so it's going to feel like it's 36 with a little bit of a breeze. 38 at midnight for New Year's Eve. And then if you're still out at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be even colder, right at about 36 degrees with those mostly clear skies. So we end the year and then begin the year with dry weather conditions, but that's not going to last forever. Once we get into Thursday, that's when we see the showers that are going to start moving our way. Not raining all day, but showers arriving during the day here on Thursday. Friday, better chance for showers, better coverage of rain in the area as well during the day on Friday, but it will be a little bit warmer. And then it's the classic race for the moisture to move out and the cold air to move in. And with some wraparound moisture here on Saturday, it is possible that we might see some flurries over far north Georgia, maybe a little bit of mist and drizzle here in the metro Atlanta area. That'll be the liquid variety as our temperatures will hold in the 40s. But colder air coming in as that moisture moves out. And both models, the American model and the GFS, are both showing that chance for some flurries up in North Georgia on Saturday. We'll keep fine-tuning that as we get closer to it. In the meantime, we're dry Tuesday and Wednesday, lows in the 30s, highs in the 50s for both days. And then Thursday, the rain moves in during the day. Friday is the wettest day with temperatures up to 65. That clears out Saturday. Some lingering moisture might cause some flurries to the north, and then dry Sunday and Monday, partly cloudy. 50 for a high Sunday, up to 56 by Monday.
Metro Atlanta contains the foods of dozens of nations. We're trying to eat through them all. This is At the Table ATL. I'm Matt Pearl. If you thought you couldn't find great international cuisine in our region, you should know we've already profiled 57 restaurants representing 57 different countries. Let's go to number 58. We're heading up to Kennesaw for Jojo Fritai and a taste of Haiti.
What's it called?
Poisson Gosel.
How does Poisson Gosel represent Haiti?
It is the second most popular way of eating fish in the island. If you're not around a dish, if you go to a restaurant in the island, this is the one that you have to try. It is extremely delicious. It smells out of your mouth. It's very good.
What does it mean to represent Haitian food in Atlanta?
It is big, and especially fritai, because we are Jojo Fritai. Fritai is the street food, it's the equivalent of fast food. Let's say if you go to Burger King, McDonald's here. We are having people coming from Tennessee, from Carolinas. Whenever they feel the need to eat some Haitian food, they come to Jojo Fritai. It is a great community. I'm happy to be here, and this is my second home.
Put it on the big board. That's 58 episodes of At the Table ATL in the books. You can watch them all and tell us what countries we haven't covered yet. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Table ATL.
All right, we continue on food. A Maryland Girl Scout being hailed as the cookie queen in her career as a scout. Jenna Deal sold 40,000 boxes of cookies. Jenna says she has been selling cookies since she was a daisy. Her prime selling time is on weekends, clocking in 28 hours each week during cookie season. Her work has gotten her multiple awards from the Girl Scouts of America, and she credits her hard work to her passion for the business.
I love talking to other people, getting to know new people, just putting myself out there. And also, I've just always loved math. And so being able to do the whole money thing, and yeah, I just have always loved all of it.
Will become a big saleswoman in the future for somebody. Jenna says her #1 seller is Thin Mints. When she is done selling cookies, she may try and work for NASA or do anything business related, but she will have great success, no doubt.
I know, and we're ready for cookie season already. Coming up, the Olympics brings the world together for moments of triumph, loss, and some funny moments in between. Up next, we are looking at all the most viral Olympic moments of the decade.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning.
I'm learning the taste of water because I'm sugary.
Yeah,
right.
About that.
Reward would be
slimming down. Okay,
yes.
yeah.
Right? Yeah, a little water in my cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin, you know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. I'm not going to be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11 Alive.
Some mornings, what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Blog on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11 Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outkast mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little 5 Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibes. When you vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hence. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the east.
This decade brought the first Olympics deeply tied to and watched through social media. And as we get ready for the start of a new decade and the 2020 Summer Games, here's a look back on some of the most viral Olympic moments.
Diggins making the play around Sweden. Jesse Diggins to the line. Yes! And it is Jesse Diggins delivering a landmark moment that will be etched in U.S. Olympic history.
Wow, we'll just live here for a minute.
If you're ever in Sochi, Russia, as an Olympian, and you get stuck in a bathroom, what I want to do is teach you a few tips that I learned on how to get out.
Well, all right. Well, we are already working on stories with our Georgia Olympians getting ready for Tokyo. Atlanta is hosting the 2020 U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials February 29th. That's right around the corner. The race starts in front of Centennial Olympic Park. The top 3 women and men will be chosen to represent Team USA.
Still to come, a small plane headed to the Chick-fil-A Bowl in Atlanta crashes, killing all on board. The feds have now picked up the investigation. What they have found so far coming up next.
Atlanta's rich history is unmatched, known as the cradle of the civil rights movement for good reason. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Andrew Young, John Lewis, they all fought in the struggle for equal rights right here. Businesses on Sweet Auburn Avenue, local black churches, and college students from Atlanta all helped shape the future of America. Once an Olympic city, Atlanta's home to the best sports scene across the nation. Hey look, the South has something to say. You won't find more passionate fans anywhere. From the Atlanta Braves home run king, my man Hank Aaron, to the human highlight film Hawks Dominique Wilkins, some of the greatest athletes have come through Atlanta. We're talking the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, the MLS champs, Atlanta United. This city has something for every kind of sports fan. So what do you think? Is Atlanta the best city in America? Connect with us. Use Facebook or Instagram and tell us why this city's got it going on. And then watch us every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on The Morning Rush on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
Babe, where are my keys?
Where's my lunch?
Where's my phone? Hey, where's my blue shirt?
Where's my pen? Have you seen it? Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
I woke up at 2 in the morning to be here. Where were you?
Once you allow it, right, then it sets you up for the entire week where you just have lost it.
Like on a Sunday, it's like, oh, let's just order some Chinese food, and of course you wind up eating tons of that. And then on Monday, you're like, well, I got leftovers, I can't let it go to waste.
Auntie wants to give you a plate to take home from the barbecue.
Auntie.
No.
Auntie, don't invite me to the barbecue.
I'm gonna be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11 Alive.
The 11 Alive app is your go-to source for all things Atlanta.
You hear what happened today? I'll tell you all about it.
Breaking news the moment it happens.
The boil water advisory.
Hyper-local, accurate weather alerts.
You may want to grab that sweater, maybe even a coat.
More stories to uncover. More videos to discover.
He did it his way.
Personalized for you.
And that's what makes it so special.
The 11 Alive app. Available now in the App Store.
Hey, I got the ways to go. I got moves to make, homie, but I stay in the flow. See, I just do what I say I'm gonna do. No, my movement ain't faded. You can assume it.
DeKalb police are investigating anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim flyers found around the Toco Hills area in DeKalb County. Dozens of graphic flyers targeting Muslim and Jewish people were found near the shopping center. It comes just days after an attack at a rabbi's home in New York City and a shooting at a church in Texas. Caitlin Ross reports faith leaders are asking many to come together in the face of hate.
For many years, I think a lot of people were in the middle and they didn't want to get involved.
Rabbi Albert Slomovitz thinks these flyers should alarm everyone, not just the Jewish and Muslim people targeted.
Those flyers were reprehensible and vile, just horrible. I think that it's a wake-up call to all the good people out there that we have to promote interfaith awareness and understanding in a more proactive way.
American Muslim civil liberties group CARE also called for action. Georgia Executive Director Edward Ahmed Mitchell said, DeKalb County law enforcement must identify whoever posted these disgusting anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim flyers before the culprits escalate their hate speech into a hate crime.
The Jewish community is tired of the harassment, tired of the assaults, tired of the onset of anti-Semitism that we're experiencing. And these flyers was just another one of these incidents.
A study by the Anti-Defamation League shows these types of flyers are becoming more common. According to their data, there has been a 182% increase in people finding hate flyers in the past year alone.
And now is the time for people of good conscience and really with love in their heart to step up and to say, we will not stand for this, and then to take some action.
DeKalb County CEO Michael Thurman has issued a statement. He did so earlier today related to the flyers. You can read it right now on 11alive.com, and you can find it in the As Seen on TV section of our 11 Alive News app.
Topping today's speed feed, President Jimmy Carter, former President Carter, was spotted back in his church this weekend. Carter and his wife attended services at Maranatha Baptist Church, where congregants prayed over them. He was not there, though, to teach Sunday school, just to attend. The 95-year-old recently underwent brain surgery back in November here at Emory. The surgery was done to relieve pressure on the brain caused by bleeding from a fall. Former President Carter has dealt with multiple health issues, including multiple falls and melanoma. The fiancé of Edward Aschoff, the ESPN reporter who died on Christmas Eve, is releasing more information on his funeral service. It was announced on his Twitter page that his main funeral will be held this Saturday here in Atlanta. An additional memorial and celebration of life service will be held in Oxford, Mississippi on January 18th. No locations or times were announced. When that information is made public, we will post it on 11alive.com. A big year for the Georgia Lottery, according to our partners at the Atlanta Business Chronicle. The state's Mega Millions ticket sales spiked more than $73 million in 2019. That's a 58% jump from last year. Money from each lottery ticket sold goes to help educational programs, including the Hope Scholarship and pre-K. Experts say the increase was driven by those huge jackpots.
There are no limits for one Rockdale County father. Jonathan Kendrick created an opportunity for his teenage sons and others like him with special needs after being told that resources for him would be limited once he aged out of the public school system. And once he reaches 21, what's he going to do? Our Elvin Lopez here now explaining this family's new venture, Work for Eli.
It's fun, and each one's like a puzzle. You get to figure out how to do it.
People with disabilities are just like normal people, and they want a purpose in life.
Jonathan Kendrick knows this all too well. His son Elijah was born with Down syndrome and a congenital heart condition. 8 years later, he was also diagnosed with autism. His parents were told resources for Eli would be limited as an adult. Their response? To create them, not only for him, but also for other adults with special needs. They did it through Work for Eli, a new division of his company, Digital Technology Partners.
We take back old computers, monitors, laptops, phones, basically your general electronic equipment. We break it down and make sure that all the parts get sent to the proper recyclers.
I'm about to take apart a PC.
Ariana and Hannah were the first employees. They were later joined by Mandy.
My favorite part is taking apart a server. I think it's pretty fun for me because I get to work on a computer like my dad does.
All three are a big part of ensuring the disposal of electronic waste.
So we just stack it up right there.
Working with these wonderful people have just been a blessing, a true blessing. It makes me feel so good inside that we're doing something, we're doing a service that actually is fulfilling and it's rewarding, and the potential is so great. I mean, we're just still in the baby steps, and I can't imagine what it's going to be like going forward.
And according to the latest report from the National Center for Educational Statistics, 14% of all public school students receives some type of special education. Jonathan hopes those students will have other opportunities like Work for Eli when they age out of the public school system.
We are going to see a lot of different types of weather as we finish up 2019 and begin 2020, and I have a lot of different types of temperatures around as well. This is a look at our upper level pattern, which shows us that cold air up to the north that is moving through our area today, and that's going to be with us tonight. And then during the day on Tuesday, it's going to be on the cool side as well. The coldest air is going to stay, though, up to the north. Then, as we head into the rest of the week here for your Wednesday and also into Thursday, it starts to warm up just a little bit here as we have a little more moisture that moves our way. And then look what happens, though, as that moisture moves out late Friday into Saturday. That just makes room for another surge of chilly air that's going to be moving our way once we get toward Saturday and also into Sunday. And that could mix in with a little bit of moisture to give a few flurries up in the mountains. So dry and cool for now, but that rain will return for Thursday and Friday, and that potential for a couple of flurries here for Saturday. We'll talk more about that coming up.
NTSB, the National Transportation Safety Board, on the scene in Lafayette, Louisiana, to investigate why that small plane crashed into a fireball over the weekend. 5 people were killed. 1 person listed in critical condition with severe burns. The people on that plane, they were LSU Tigers fans, and they were headed to the Peach Bowl in Atlanta to watch their team play, one of which was the daughter-in-law of the team's offensive coordinator. And now the families are grieving, with investigators potentially needing at least a year to figure out what happened. Here's NBC's Sam Brock.
My God.
This morning, the close-knit community of Lafayette, Louisiana is in disbelief after a sudden fiery crash took the lives of 5 people, leaving a lone survivor alive but critically burned.
Oh my God.
The plane just lifted off less than a mile from the airport when it lost altitude and barreled into a post office parking lot.
He was trying to avoid what he could to land it in the field and just came up a little short, and consequently the plane came apart.
The small aircraft then clipped a car, critically injuring the woman inside and injuring 2 others on the ground. Investigators now combing through what's left of the charred, mangled twin-engine turboprop.
The wreckage is in pretty tough shape between impact damage and fire damage, so there's not a lot to work with.
As the NTSB searches for clues, families and a news community are heartbroken.
Well, everyone loves a good family football story.
Reporter Carly McCord was on the flight and did not survive. She worked for NBC affiliate WDSU in New Orleans.
She was a force in nature.
Carly's father-in-law, Steve Ensminger, the offensive coordinator for LSU, wiping away tears on the sidelines of the Peach Bowl, where Carly was headed. The team winning the game. Married in 2017, Carly McCord's husband telling NBC News, "She was my everything. She loved so fiercely," adding, "She is and will forever be my world." The other victims on the plane, pilot Ian Biggs, Gretchen Vincent and her son Michael, known as Walker, Robert Von Crisp II, and survivor Wade Bertans, who's scheduled for surgery later today. The youngest victim, Walker, would have turned 16 on Sunday. His parents bought him a new truck and plan to take him for his driver's license today. Instead, friends and family gathered to celebrate his short life and say goodbye.
Love you, Walker. That is a horrible scene to witness. It could be a year or more before families know exactly what happened. The NTSB says these investigations take anywhere from 12 to 18 months to complete, and with the plane not having a data flight recorder, it complicates the job tremendously.
A startling new report sheds new light on mass killings in the United States. Next, new data that has experts nationwide concerned.
Calls, which big celebrities are in town, what's filming, and if it's in your neighborhood. It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But you know, I really wish you would have told us we were filming this today.
Ooh, did I not text you? All right. It's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed. In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
Jeff.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning.
I'm learning the taste of water because I'm sugary.
Yeah, right.
About that. Reward would be
slimming down. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. A little water in my cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin, you know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. I'm not going to be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11 Alive.
Some mornings, what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Block on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11 Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outcast mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout-out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little Five Points. An Atlanta icon.
As we close the year, a sobering report has found that 2019 brought a new record high when it comes to mass killings in the United States, and most of those were shootings. The first mass killing of the year happened just 19 days into the year, shortly followed by one here in Metro Atlanta. 41 mass killings this year, 211 people dead. Data from the Associated Press, USA Today, and Northwestern University shows an increase in the number of mass killings since 2006, when they began tracking the numbers. But the group says research dating back to the 1970s shows no other years with this high a number. The next closest year for mass killings was in 2006, with 38 lives lost. A mass killing is defined as when at least 4 people are killed, and that number can include the person responsible. Of this year's 41 mass killings, 33 were shootings, with most cases occurring between people who knew each other with connections like family violence, drugs, gangs, or disputes involving people taking their anger out on coworkers. 9 of the mass shootings happened in a public place, with others in homes, workplaces, or bars. This year's numbers included the shootings at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas, and a business district in Dayton, Ohio. In Metro Atlanta, at least 2 mass killings occurred this year. One, a January shooting in Polk County that left 4 people dead and 1 injured across 2 crime scenes, and an apparent triple murder-suicide near Stone Mountain in August. According to the report, in most of the 2019 cases, the motivation for the killings remains unknown. And while 41 is a new high, 2017 holds the record for the most people killed, with 224. That's the year we saw the deadliest mass shooting in modern history at a concert in Las Vegas. And despite the high number, a Northwestern professor says mass killings are still rare occurrences, but even while the risk is low, the fear remains high.
I'm going to show you our almanac for today, and you're going to question something that you're going to see here. I know when you see this high temperature today of 69 degrees, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, that can't be right. It was not 69 degrees this afternoon. Well, you are right. It was not 69 degrees this afternoon, but it was 69 degrees overnight, and that's the highest temperature of the day, where at midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning, we were close to 70 degrees. So that is officially our high temperature for the day. The afternoon warmest temperature was right around 61 degrees, and our low this morning was 51. So those temperatures above the average. Look at that. We should be around 34 this time of year, with the average high for this time of year 52. We're going to be closer to that tomorrow. And then, did you experience some of that heavy rain coming through last night with a little bit of thunder and lightning and some gusty winds? In Atlanta, we only got 0.07 of an inch of rain. Other folks picked up more, and we're close to the end of the year. We're going to end it with a deficit. We're a little less than 6 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. So on Tuesday, it's going to be a dry day. We're going to end the year with dry weather conditions. A low in the morning of 38, then a high of 54. Mostly sunny skies on our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day. We're going to go with the 10. All right, not a lot showing up here on our forecast track. The rest of the night is going to be dry and cool, starting off with mostly sunny skies tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine during the day here for your Tuesday. And then getting into Tuesday night for New Year's Eve celebrations, it is going to be nice and dry, but it will be chilly. In fact, here's a look at that hour-by-hour outlook if you're going to be out and about here on New Year's Eve night. 41 at 8, 39 at 10, 38 at midnight, and then 36 at 2 o'clock in the morning if you're still going to be out. Clear skies, no concern about any precip. It's just going to be kind of chilly, and with the wind, it's going to make it feel a little bit cooler as well. Well, the dry weather is not going to stick around very long at all. We're going to see the moisture returning on Thursday. Friday, better coverage of rain, better chance for rain here for your Friday. And then as we move into Saturday, as the moisture moves out and the cold air moves in, it's going to wring out any leftover moisture in the atmosphere, some of that wrapping around here, and a few flurries are possible over the North Georgia mountains. We're going to be fine-tuning that over the next few days here. Right now, the models are in agreement for some of that rain that can move through. All right, let's talk about rain totals. Thursday, lighter rain amounts, less than a ½ inch over North Georgia. But then as that area of rain continues to move in on Friday, we're going to see those rainfall amounts coming up to about between a ½ inch and an 1.5 inches late Friday afternoon. And then as we go into Saturday, still those rainfall amounts right there between about a ½ inch to an 1.5 inches there with this next system that's moving our way. Dry, chilly Tuesday and Wednesday, lows in the 30s, highs in the 50s. Rain moves in later in the day Thursday, and then a better chance for rain Friday with highs warmer at 65. Lingering moisture Saturday, that'll begin to move out, but again, that potential for a few flurries in the North Georgia mountains. Then dry Sunday and Monday, 50 for a high Sunday, then back up to 56 Monday, bringing the wazometer up to a 10.
It is the tune we all know, but we never know the words to, so we always sort of, you know the one I'm talking about. New Year's Eve is a cue to sing Old Lang Syne, but what is the derivation of that? Our Y guy, who used to perform with the Guy Lombardo Orchestra, those of you over the age of 45 just laughed at that line, knows why the song is as it is. Here goes.
The fireworks and champagne toasts tell you it's time for the calendar to turn. There are so many traditions that help us say goodbye to the old and welcome the new. As we turn the page on 2019, you will likely hear a song that has become a New Year's tradition. Here's why we sing Auld Lang Syne at the end of each year. Scottish poet Robert Burns gets the writing credit. According to the official website of Scotland, Auld Lang Syne was an ancient song and Burns was the first to record it on paper. Few celebrate the new year with revelry equal to the Scots. In Scotland, the last day of the year is known as Hogmanay. Until the 1950s, the Scots were barred from celebrating Christmas, so the big celebration fell to New Year's. The Scots used the opportunity to clean the house and exchange gifts. The phrase Auld Lang Syne roughly translates to for old time's sake. It's all about preserving old friendships and reflecting on the past year. As Scots have moved around the world, they've spread their tradition of holding hands and singing Auld Lang Syne just before midnight. Another tradition of Hogmanay is to welcome friends and strangers with enthusiastic hugs and kisses. The passion for such physical warmth is no doubt driven by a few fermented beverages. It is the inspiration for the worldwide tradition of kissing your mate as the new year arrives.
Fermented beverages, I like the term libations or spirits.
Drinks.
Hard living, that's right. If you have a question for Jerry Carnes, the Y Guy, you can send it over on Facebook, Twitter, or email.
I'm Francesca Emmerker with the AC, and State Farm Arena was packed with a who's who of celebrities, all for the boxing match over the weekend. I have the details coming up for you, coming up in the AC.
In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
Chesley.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning.
I'm learning the taste of water because I'm sugary.
Yeah,
right.
About that.
Reward would be
Slimming down. Okay.
Yes,
right?
okay.
A little water in my
yes.
cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin, you know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. I'm not going to be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11 Alive.
Some mornings what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Blog on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foyne Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11 Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outcast mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout-out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little 5 Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibe with it. It's a good time. We don't worry about the hate. We just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hence. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it's still... All right, folks, you know what time it is. You see your screen. It is time for the last Monday of 2019's A-Scene. And we're kicking off with the news that is still buzzing from State Farm Arena, the big match that went down over the weekend. The fight between Davis, who calls Atlanta his second home, and Gamboa had all the stars out in the city of Atlanta. And not only did Davis get walked out to the ring with Atlanta's own little baby, but sitting ringside, we saw everyone from Shaquille O'Neal to Mutombo to T.I. And then it was ladies' night for some of our favorite songstress, ranging from Candy to Monica to Rashida and Tiny. Davis also came out on top, if you were wondering. And next up, Lil Nas X paying a visit to his youngest of fans. The Lithia Springs country music and rap star made a sweet Christmas appearance at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, thanks to the Ryan Seacrest Foundation. And keep in mind, Ryan Seacrest, yep, a native of Atlanta. Spreading goodwill and Christmas carols and presents, Nas had fun fielding questions from patients and playing Truth or Dare, too. When a patient asked, hey, how many shoes do you own? He said, well, last year I had 3 pairs of shoes, and this year I can't even count how many. And of course, you know, the patients went wild with wows and oohs and ahs. And check out which North Clayton High School alum turned rap star had a cute date night at a recent Hawks game. 2 Chainz. He enjoyed being courtside with his missus, cheering on the Hawks. And this coming less than a week after the award-winning lyricist bought 100 pairs of shoes for the students who participated in his 7th annual True Hoops basketball camp. I think we have footage of that right there. That takes place at his high school alma mater. He loves the kids. He certainly does. And as always, for more of the A-Scene, head on over to our website, 11alive.com/the-A-Scene to see what's filming in your neck of the woods.
Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are where Atlanta speaks.
Remember the old days, the old cliffhangers when we used to watch shows?
Hey,
and they
cliffhangers.
would, you know, they would wait the next week. You're, oh, what's going to happen to the $6 million man? He was hanging with his one bionic arm. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11 Alive.
Atlanta. Almost 6 million people call the Metro home. But what makes this place so great? I'm 11 Alive's Chesley McNeil. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Atlanta is the best city in America. Come on, man. It's the heart of the South. And it's one of the most diverse cities around. People from all walks of life have come here and made it home. From different backgrounds, languages, and religions. And who can forget about the food? They all make this a cultural melting pot, full of great people and Southern hospitality. Atlanta's rich history is unmatched, known as the cradle of the civil rights movement for good reason. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Andrew Young, John Lewis, they all fought in the struggle for equal rights right here. Businesses on Sweet Auburn Avenue, local black churches, and college students from Atlanta all helped shape the future of America. Once an Olympic city, Atlanta's home to the best sports scene across the nation. Hey look, the South has something to say. You won't find more passionate fans anywhere. From the Atlanta Braves home run king, my man Hank Aaron, to the human highlight film Hawks Dominique Wilkins, some of the greatest athletes have come through Atlanta. We're talking the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, the MLS champs, Atlanta United. This city has something for every kind of sports fan. So what do you think? Is Atlanta the best city in America? Connect with us. Use Facebook or Instagram and tell us why this city's got it going on. And then watch us every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on The Morning Rush on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
Babe, where are my keys?
Where's my lunch?
Where's my phone? Hey, where's my blue shirt?
Where's my pen? Have you seen it?
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
I woke up at 2 in the morning to be here. Where were you?
Once you allow it, right, then it's
16-year-old and planning to start pre-med classes. Man, oh man, a student at Macon County High School says he wants to give children in his community a role model. Many of them have never had, but they have one now.
And he is certainly off to a good start with that mission. Chance Simpson is 16, as we just mentioned, and he's already done with high school. He accelerated his credits with dual enrollment at South Georgia Technical College, and now he's working towards his associate's degree, and he's on track to graduate in December 2020.
Everyone is not like me. Everybody don't have the chances and opportunity that I have. Marshallville have some leaders, and not everybody don't have to be popular or anything to have to set an example for the community. So I saw that. I was wondering, why can't it just be me?
Well, Simpson has some very big dreams. He wants to run track for Brown University and be a pre-med major. And he also wants other kids to know that they can have big dreams too. And, you know, coming down from Central Georgia, that says a lot to that community down there. Look at what he did and what he's done and where he's going. That's pretty amazing.
I was 16 and I was begging my father for his 1973 Monte Carlo.
See, that's what I was thinking
doing.
about. I was thinking about a car. I was thinking about the next party, the
Prom,
next step show, prom, where I was going to go to college.
Looking
2
for a
years
nice new
later.
sweater.
Exactly.
Oh man, kudos to him. Like I was
He's
looking at
awesome.
him like, how does that brain work? I don't know how a brain operates like that at 16.
No, me either.
All right, well, interesting to see how that young man is going to do later on in life. We are so proud of him. Hey guys, it is almost 9 o'clock. We have a lot coming up for you on 11 Alive News Prime Time. He was known to put student athletes first up until the day he died. Tonight, how a beloved high school coach is being remembered. And signed, sealed, and delivered the special delivery in DeKalb County just in time for next year's presidential primary.
11 Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
We begin with tragedy within the Georgia Tech football program. A recruit who was set to start classes next week died after being hit by a train in his hometown of Deerfield Beach, Florida. 11 Alive's Elwin Lopez is digging into new details, Elwin, about what happened here.
Yeah, Aisha, the Broward County Sheriff's Office said they got a call about a person hit by a train around 4 o'clock this morning. They say 17-year-old Bryce Gowdy, was taken to a nearby hospital where he later died. Deputies are trying to figure out why he was around the railroad tracks at the time. Gowdy was a 4-star receiver at Deerfield Beach High School. He signed with Georgia Tech earlier this month. He graduated early from high school and was planning to move to Atlanta this week to start classes at Tech next Monday. He hinted to that in his final tweet he sent out less than 24 hours ago, posting a photo of his family and saying, quote, "Family matters, can't wait to get to the ATL soon." Now, Georgia Tech football coach Jeff Collins tweeted out his condolences this afternoon saying, "We are heartbroken. Bryce will always be a part of our Georgia Tech family. We will be praying for him and all of those who love him." Since Gowdy's passing, the hashtags #BelieveIn7 and Rest in Peace Simba have been circulating around social media. Messages of support have come from several high-profile football programs, including the University of Miami and Florida State. It's one of our top stories on 11alive.com. For more information about his standout high school career, you can download our 11 Alive app. Aisha.
Thank you, Ellen. Thinking of that family tonight. Well, new tonight, DeKalb police investigating a deadly shooting that all started with a dispute over the victim's pet dog. The shooting happened at an apartment complex on South Harrison Road this afternoon. Police have not released the victim's identity, only that he was a black male in his 20s. Right now, officers are working to identify the suspects.
I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Storm Trackers. You see this thing there on your screen? That's my phone up on its stand. I'm in the middle of a Facebook Live right now on my Facebook page at Chris Holcomb 11 Alive. Talking to my followers right here, we have some comments from Susan Thompson saying, love the dry and chilly, yay. Tammy Cochran says, hey Chris, wishing you a happy new year from Rockmart. A lot of other people saying hello, like Jackie Cox. Sandra Mosley is in Tallapoosa, Georgia. Folks from Lawrenceville. So we're getting some good comments here. Patty Timmons says, let it snow. And Patty asks a lot about snow here. And in the forecast, in the 7-day outlook that I'll be talking to you about in just a few minutes, we do have a chance for a couple of flurries up in North Georgia. We'll break that down a little bit. First, take a look outside right now with the temperatures in North Georgia. We are cooling down. You know, our temperature this afternoon got up to 61 degrees. And then right now we're back to the 40s at 49. We've got a lot of 40s all around the area, some 50s still to the south and east of the city. Here's what we're watching for the rest of the evening and overnight. These temperatures fall through the 40s. By tomorrow morning, we're into the upper 30s, and then plenty of sunshine, but yet another rather cool day during the afternoon hours here for tomorrow. So stay with us. We're going to be ending up 2019 tomorrow and beginning 2020 on Wednesday. Things are looking pretty good for that, but then it changes with rain and, yes, that potential for some flurries in North Georgia as we head into the weekend. We'll break it all down for you coming up.
All right, thanks, Chris. Topping our speed feed tonight, we are learning new information about a teenage girl who was shot and killed in the Peoplestown neighborhood of Atlanta. This all happened overnight, just before 4 a.m. inside a house on Washington Street. According to police, an argument led to gunshots. The victim, just 15 years old. Another man was injured but is expected to be okay. 6 people were detained and are currently being questioned by police. Police say everyone inside the house knew each other, but it's unclear what sparked the argument. Soon, you'll be able to rent out the beach house that once belonged to CNN founder and billionaire Ted Turner. The South Carolina Director of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism says the state is finishing rehabilitation work on the property on St. Philip's Island. It's expected to open for rental in 2020. It has 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. The state bought the property in 2018 for $4.9 million, according to the Post and Courier. Nothing is listed yet on how much it will cost to rent it out. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl set a new record for attendance at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. 78,347 people watched LSU beat Oklahoma 63-28, according to our partners at the Atlanta Business Chronicle. That's around 2,000 more than the previous attendance record at the Benz. Well, time is running out to register to vote in next month's special election. It's tonight, the deadline. So the election is for next month's vote to fill the vacancy in House District 171, which covers parts of southwest Georgia. They're seeking to replace Republican Jay Powell, who died last month at a legislative retreat. Remember, Georgia completed its state and federally required maintenance of moving those inactive voter registrations to cancel status. You must have your voter registration postmarked no later than today, December 30th. You'll have until midnight to register online. Well, we are less than 3 months away from the presidential primary, and DeKalb just got a shipment of new voting machines. It's the largest delivery of the machines so far, yet most remain undelivered statewide. But state officials say it's on schedule. Don't you worry. 11 Alive's Doug Richards has more.
When the truck door opened around midday at a DeKalb government loading dock, the contents were shrink-wrapped and palletized, secured to eventually deliver upwards of 300,000 votes in DeKalb County this coming March.
I'm just happy that it came in at this time and not next month or the following month.
Samuel Tillman says DeKalb has been preparing since late summer. to get poll workers and voters up to speed on the new computerized voting machines contained within the shrink-wrapped boxes. Cobb County got its new voting machines last week. DeKalb is getting them now. Officials say Fulton and Gwinnett counties will get theirs before the middle of January. The Secretary of State says all 159 counties will have their new machines by February 8th. A little more than 3 weeks later, early voting will begin for the March 24th presidential primary in Georgia. Is there enough time?
Oh, yes, there is. Like I said, we'll be done 1st of February.
But I mean, is there enough time to train everyone?
Oh, yeah, everyone's already gone through 2 cycles of training, and now the county election officials are working with training all their staff, but also training their poll workers.
DeKalb officials seem to agree. They expect poll workers and voters to take to the new machines in what's likely to be a high turnout March primary.
We've never used them before.
Election Director Erica Hamilton hopes they'll be close to flawless.
But I don't want to make any predictions. I would love for 100%, but you know, you have people and computers combined, so.
We also asked the Secretary of State about a federal judge's decision to reject an order that would have stopped the removal of 120,000 Georgia voters from the rolls. The judge ruled on Friday. Raffensperger's reaction was what you might expect. He says the court ruling was the correct one, that regular list maintenance makes sense. And he went on to say that if anyone wants to get back on the rolls after being removed, it would be easy for them to do so.
Late today, Congressman John Lewis tweeted out that he's never faced a fight like this. He's faced a lot in his life. Civil rights leader, Georgia Congressman John Lewis announced he has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. In a statement, Lewis says doctors found the cancer after a routine medical visit, then did some more tests. Despite the prognosis, the congressman says he is hopeful. Joining us to talk more about it, 11 Alive medical correspondent Dr. Sujatha Reddy. Dr. Reddy, walk us through the treatment steps here, because he even mentioned in a statement that he was glad to see there have been some advancements in treatments, and he's hoping that will help.
There absolutely have been advancements, and I think we should be definitely hopeful for him. And he's battled so much, and I'm sure he can battle this as well. You know, pancreatic cancer, the treatment is usually a combination of surgery, chemotherapy, and/or radiation. But really what's going to be done is going to depend on the stage of the cancer. Now, his is pretty advanced at stage 4, so they're going to treat him specifically for what's going on for him. But I do think treatments have come a long way. But with most cancers, we do best if we can find them early. If you find it like at a stage 1, it's possible to remove the cancer, remove part of the pancreas, and possibly cure the person. But one of the biggest problems we have is we have no screening for pancreatic cancer, and the symptoms are very vague. They can be anything from digestive changes, weight loss. You can develop a loss of appetite. You may get a yellowing of the eyes or the skin. We call that jaundice. The color of the urine and the stool may change. You may get itchy skin. But some of these symptoms don't show up until later in the advancement or progression of the disease, so it's very frustrating.
We saw that with Alex Trebek, also diagnosed with stage 4, and now Congressman Lewis as well. It's a difficult part of this specific type of cancer.
Yeah, it's kind of hidden. But the one thing people should do is keep up with your checkups, because it sounds like that's what helped him. And there are a couple things you can do to prevent or decrease your risk for cancer. One is going to be, if you're a smoker, stop smoking. If you're a non-smoker, never smoke. If you have diabetes, it can increase your risk. So if you see your diabetes getting harder to control, that's a possibility. But another way to decrease your risk, and you can call it prevention, is to eat a healthy diet full of fruits and vegetables and maintain and keep a healthy weight. People that are at risk for pancreatitis are going to have, pancreatic cancer, may have had a family history. Again, smokers are at higher risk. Diabetes may increase your risk, and if you've ever had pancreatitis, which is an infection or inflammation in the pancreas, that can increase your risk. But fortunately, pancreatic cancer is rare. It's estimated there are less than 200,000 cases a year. So it is a rare cancer, but it is a very problematic one.
All right, well, he's been really transparent, letting everyone know the fight he's in and what he faces now, and says he's going to keep working
I'm
through
sure
it.
he
I'm
will.
not surprised by that, are you? Not at all. And since this announcement, as you might expect, it's been our top story on 11alive.com. Thousands and thousands of messages of support, including messages from so many other lawmakers, many pointing to Lewis's strength and ability to persevere despite incredible odds. Be sure to share any words of encouragement you'd like to for Representative Lewis. And if you have any personal stories, we'd love to hear from you as well. You can find our post on the 11 Alive Facebook page. Dr. Reddy, thanks.
After the break, do you have a New Year resolution? Some experts say it may do you more harm than good. How to plan for 2020 the right way, next. Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb is live on Facebook right now taking your weather questions. You can join the conversation right now on his Facebook page. And hey, don't forget, we're streaming right now on the 11 Alive YouTube page. You can join the conversation in the community section. We've got more 11 Alive news in prime time after the break.
Of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these two hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout-out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little Five Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hens. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekday.
The Georgia peach is staying firmly on the ground this new year, but it's still on display for people who love the Atlanta tradition. You get to still go and see it. Take a little selfie. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms broke the news in November that the peach drop was going on hiatus this year. She said the event felt, quote, rushed, and organizing it is more complicated now that the city doesn't own the underground. So the peach is set up at the Fulton County Government Center for selfies from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. In the meantime, Fulton County Commission Chairman Rob Pitt says the county is looking for a new place to host the peach drop, a 30-year tradition, so I know a lot of you are bummed about it. It's also looking for private funding to get the event up and running for New Year's Eve 2020. With the peach drop on hiatus, a lot of people are looking for other New Year's Eve plans, right? There have been years 100,000 people went to the peach drop. That has some other event planners worried about bigger crowds than they are used to or even than they can handle, especially in East Atlanta, where organizers are holding the only public ball drop in the city, the Rooster Drop. The venue is less than 5 miles away from the underground, so organizers there are pretty concerned crowds could put the crowd space or the stress on the staff.
We expect we would be 6 to 7 times last year's number in terms of potential people that would want to come. And that's part of the proactive dialogue the city has had back and forth with us, where we're talking about contingency planning in terms of, as all these people are aware of this because of the peach drop canceling, how do we help manage the potential people that could show up?
Yeah, because we still want to have a good time, right? City officials say they are aware of the concerns, but expect a lot of people looking for an event will go to Ponce City Market for fireworks, too. As of now, they are not planning any extra security. Well, the clock's starting to tick already. Do you feel the pressure of a New Year resolution? Well, sometimes it could come with some really bad sides to it. We got some expert opinions that say some resolutions could do more harm than good. NBC's Chris Clackham tells us how.
Even before the confetti falls, some New Year's resolutions will likewise have fallen, unless they're easy.
To be kinder, listen more, and be a little bit more tolerant.
Most resolutions, though, are meant to be tough and a challenge to keep.
I make them and break them in a very short amount of time.
And usually those are the most common resolutions.
I lose some weight, exercise more. Travel more.
However, some experts now wonder if some resolutions do more harm than good, especially if they're not reasonable and especially if they're not given enough time to succeed.
When people can't stick to resolutions, they may be dispirited a little bit.
Or maybe more than a little bit, enough to make people give up too quickly, which is why psychologists like the Cleveland Clinic's Scott B. suggest realistic resolutions that might stand a better chance if started long after the holidays.
Around the new year, around the holidays, maybe it's not the ideal time for change. We don't quit smoking the day the dog dies.
And he says the first resolution should be sticking to it for at least 63 to 66 days, because that's about how long it takes for a resolution to become a habit.
Well, 26 million people are under winter weather alerts ahead of the New Year's holiday as a massive storm moves through the Midwest and Northeast, producing some dangerous conditions, especially for travelers. We get more from NBC's Stephanie Gosk.
Snow, sleet, and ice are bad enough, but add a whipping wind and life quickly comes to a standstill, which is exactly what has happened to millions from the upper Midwest to the East Coast. In the Dakotas, a blizzard sent cars skidding off the roads, forcing officials there to actually shut down parts of the interstate. In Minnesota, icy conditions led to a head-on collision between a car and a garbage truck. The danger of downed power lines on display just outside of Detroit. High winds in Ohio left tens of thousands without power. In some places, gusts surging to 70 miles per hour. While in the Northeast, the rain hit freezing temperatures on the ground, turning to a thick coating of ice. Combined with the wind, tree branches and power lines didn't stand a chance. A driving rain in New York City didn't stop preparations for New Year's Eve. The annual test of the Times Square ball went off without a hitch.
And I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Storm Trackers. We're going to have quiet weather as we head into New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and then things will be changing as we get into the end of the week with rain moving our way. Now, I'm on Facebook Live right now. This is why my phone is right here. I'm talking to you guys on TV as well as the folks who are on Facebook Live. Let me read a couple of these comments here. Tiffany Turner says, hey, from Bowden. Alice Dutton says hello. And snow is the theme tonight on Facebook Live. Angela Blankenship says, snow, we need some snow. One good snowstorm is all. Glennis Reyes and Talking Rock and says hello. Christy Ramirez says, my 7-year-old niece wants to know if there's any snow coming. Make sure you say hi to Kelsey. Thank you. Lee Dupree says, any snow this year? Jesse Hancock says, we do need some snow. So let's get down to that. All right, let's first talk about what happened today, where we had those storms overnight and warm temperatures. Take a look at these temperatures over the last 20 hours, where overnight, that's when we had our high temperature. It got up to 69 degrees at midnight and at 1 o'clock in the morning. And so that's when we had our warmest temperature of the day. So our almanac shows a high temperature today of 69, but I know you're thinking, wait, it didn't feel like 69 degrees today or this afternoon. Well, you're right. It was in the lower 60s this afternoon for the afternoon high temperatures. But for the record books, it's going to show 69 was our high today, even though that was just after midnight. Look at these temperatures around North Georgia right now, 49 degrees here in town. We have additional 40s here around metro Atlanta, and lower 40s up in the mountains. So it is cooling down. A few 50s still holding on in Athens and in Eatonton, but all of us are going to be getting cold during the overnight hours. It's going to be dry and cool tonight, tomorrow, and also on Wednesday. But then the rain returns Thursday and Friday. And yes, we're even watching a lot of those folks who are asking on Facebook Live, the potential in far north Georgia on Saturday for a few flurries. It's going to be a 10 on the wazometer tomorrow. This is our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day, a low of 38 and a high of 54. Mostly sunny skies. Look at the forecast track, looking kind of boring here, where we don't see a lot of weather features showing up as we go through the day tomorrow and even into tomorrow night. Take a look at this. This is around midnight. No rain around, no precip. It's just going to be chilly. So here's that hour-by-hour outlook where we will see mainly clear skies through the evening, 41 at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, 39 at 10, and at midnight, 38, and then at 2 o'clock in the morning, if you're still out there, it's going to be 36 degrees. But this dry, Weather isn't going to stick around. The rain returns. Here you see it on Thursday. Showers moving in during the day, and then a better coverage of rain on Friday. And then here's what we're talking about with that potential for snow. As the moisture moves out and cold air moves in, some of that wraparound moisture may cause a few flurries in far north Georgia on Saturday. The European model and the American model both agreeing on that chance, but we're still going to be fine-tuning how much snow, which we don't think it would be a lot, and which areas will be getting that. So keep an eye on this over the next few days. Here's your 7-day outlook where we will see those weather conditions that will be on the cool side here for Tuesday and Wednesday. Lows in the 30s, highs in the 50s, and then that rain chance moving in on Thursday, 60% chance for that. Friday, we'll see an 80% chance for showers, actually 60%, and it's Friday an 80% chance, and then 30% chance Saturday, and then we dry out on Sunday and Monday.
Out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little Five Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibes. When you vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hens. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun, and they're convenient, but they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting. We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers, but without context, they're just clickbait. So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late.
What's the best part about
Your voice, it is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it. This decade brought the first Olympics deeply tied and watched through social media. As we get ready for the start of a new decade and the 2020 Summer Games, here's a look back on some of the most viral Olympic moments.
Diggins making the play around Sweden. Jesse Diggins to the line. And it is Jesse Diggins delivering a will be etched in U.S. Olympic history.
Wow, we'll just live here for a minute.
If you're ever in Sochi, Russia, as an Olympian, and you get stuck in a bathroom, what I want to do is teach you a few tips that I learned on how to get out.
Coming up, welcome to the world of geofencing. But does this high-tech way of advertising go too far?
You know, that sort of advertising does raise a number of ethical issues.
A Reveal investigation coming up on prime time on WATL.
Oh, hey, where's my blue shirt?
Where's my pen? Have you seen it?
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
I woke up at 2 in the morning to be here. Where were you?
Once you allow it, right, then it sets you up for the entire week where you just have lost it.
Like on a Sunday, it's like, oh, let's just order some Chinese food. And of course, you wind up eating tons of that. And then on Monday, you're like, well, I got leftovers. I can't let it go to waste.
Auntie wants to give you a plate to take home from the barbecue.
Auntie.
No.
Auntie, don't invite me to the barbecue.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11 Alive.
The 11 Alive app is your go-to source for all things Atlanta.
You hear what happened today? I'll tell you all about it.
Breaking news the moment it happens.
The boil water advisory.
Hyper-local, accurate weather alert.
You may want to grab that sweater, maybe even a coat.
More stories to uncover. More videos to discover.
He did it his way.
Personalized for you.
And that's what makes it so special.
The 11 Alive app. Available now in the App Store.
Hey, I got the ways to go. I got moves to make, homie, but I stay in the flow. See, I just do what I say I'ma do. No, my movement ain't fading. You could assume what the doing was
Oh, and so I was saying, there is always something filming here in Atlanta. From movies to TV shows, you name it. And so the A Scene keeps up with all of it for you. Casting calls, which big celebrities are in town, what's filming, and if it's in your neighborhood. It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But you know, I really wish you would have told us we were filming this today.
Ooh, did I not text you? All right. It's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed. In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11 Alive.
Televised newscast, not enough for you? Get even more.
Hello and welcome to The Reveal on Primetime. I'm investigator Rebecca Lindstrom. If you have ever had the feeling you're being followed, it's true, just maybe not the way you expect. Some marketers are using the GPS on your phone to send ads based on your habits. Even candidates trying to stick out from the pack want to know where you go. You may be good at keeping a secret, but your phone is terrible at it. It can tell marketers every place you go. Work, the grocery store, a walk on the Beltline.
Personally, I don't really have much to hide.
But even those willing to give up some privacy for the perks of our digital life feel some places should be off limits, like the hospital.
Yeah, definitely not a big fan of that.
I feel like at the hospital that's taking it too far.
But that is exactly the type of location a lawyer, hospice, or health insurance company might want to target using geofencing. Justin Croxton, the managing partner of Propellant, explains.
We can go inside of our technology platform and build a virtual fence. Literally a virtual fence just around the contours of this building.
And we're talking about airspace, so it doesn't require really any permission to do it.
It doesn't require permission to do it.
And once you cross that invisible line, the person who paid to have it built can then start sending you ads and even track some of your movements for the next 30 days. I drove around Metro Atlanta with a coworker visiting courthouses, emergency rooms, and car dealerships. We noticed a few ads from competitors while flipping through our social media feeds. Coincidence? Maybe.
Wow.
But when we got to Planned Parenthood, we received information on how to get a 3D model of our unborn baby.
Photos from an ultrasound or a video from an ultrasound.
An article on caring for newborns, and even an ad for a pro-choice group.
That's crazy.
You know, that sort of advertising does raise a number of ethical issues.
Privacy attorney Peter Hanna knows advertising is all around us, but argues there is a difference between seeing an ad for a personal injury lawyer on a billboard outside the hospital and on our phone while we are sitting in it.
We've all developed really an intimate relationship with our phones. You know, they have all our photos, they have, you know, our communications, they have our emails, they have our, you know, movements, our calendars.
That's why the Attorney General in Massachusetts said no more. The office barred geofencing at healthcare facilities in the state. Lawmakers in Illinois also tried to curb where geofencing could be used, but the governor vetoed it.
So have a good meeting?
Yes. Croxton says geofencing, when used right, is a good thing.
It is better to receive ads from folks that say, you know what, based on your location, this ad that I want to serve you is relevant.
Croxton says only a small slice of companies and groups that could benefit from geofencing use it, so the market is going to grow, especially in politics.
I could also see it in the upcoming 2020 elections. Let's say they're having a rally somewhere, and you want to serve negative ads to all of the people that are at that rally.
We know it's already been used in Michigan. News reports say Democrats geofenced several precincts in 2016 to send ads to voters as they waited to cast their ballot. Republicans admit geofencing mega churches to send targeted ads to evangelical voters. And in Georgia, the GOP says several candidates here have used the technology too, but declined to comment on who or how.
I need my parents and friends to know where I am, but I don't need these companies and organizations to know my every move. That's weird to me.
You can turn off location services on your apps, but then some won't work. And other apps don't give you a choice. This game doesn't show up in my settings, but according to the fine print, it is still collecting my location.
So you think about Angry Birds, Words with Friends, the Weather Channel, Huffington Post.
Croxton says these and hundreds of other apps create an exchange marketers can access. So pay attention to where you go.
Pay attention to where you go. Definitely pay attention to where you go. Absolutely.
The law prohibits candidates from physically soliciting votes at a polling place. But in this age of fake news, election watchdogs worry there is little to stop them from sending ads to those playing games on their phone while waiting in line. You can see more in-depth investigations like this one by going onto our website at 11alive.com. And don't forget to watch The Reveal, the only local investigative show in the country, Sunday at 6 on our sister station, 11 Alive.
Well, we know it's a busy travel time with folks going in and out of town here for the New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And really this week, a lot of people are going to be traveling with some extra time off. So here's a look at some of the delays that we're watching out there. Right now, New York at JFK, you have some delays, about 45-minute delays. LaGuardia right now is looking okay. Newark has some delays. They've got about 35-minute delays there. Everybody else is looking okay. With these airports that we're watching here, we don't see any additional delays out there. We've been watching Boston and Philadelphia because you can see that we are dry here, but up to the north and east, that's where we've been seeing some not only rain, but also some snow. And even though there's rain and snow near Boston, it's not enough to cause any delays there, so they're handling that pretty well. And that system that's moving there is going to push away. Here in the southeast, we are dry. We have that rain that came through our area last night that's well off to the east of us, but now it is dry, and we're going to stay dry for the next couple of days. Stay with us. We're going to talk about when that rain returns, and on the back side of that system, as cold air moves in, maybe a few flurries for later on Saturday. We'll talk about that coming up.
DeKalb police are investigating anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim flyers found around the Toco Hills area. Dozens of graphic flyers, we can't even tell you what they said, targeting Muslim and Jewish people were found near the shopping center. It comes just days after an attack at a rabbi's home in New York and a shooting at a church in Texas. Caitlin Ross reports faith leaders are asking people to come together in the face of hate.
For many years, I think a lot of people were in the middle and they didn't want to get involved.
Rabbi Albert Slomovitz thinks these flyers should alarm everyone, not just the Jewish and Muslim people targeted.
Those flyers were reprehensible and vile, just horrible. I think that it's a wake-up call to all the good people out there that we have to promote interfaith awareness and understanding in a more proactive way.
American Muslim civil liberties group CARE also called for action. Georgia Executive Director Edward Ahmed Mitchell said DeKalb County law enforcement must identify whoever posted these disgusting anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim flyers before the culprits escalate their hate speech into a hate crime.
The Jewish community is tired of the harassment, tired of the assaults, tired of the onset of anti-Semitism that we're experiencing. And these flyers was just another one of these incidents.
A study by the Anti-Defamation League shows these types of flyers are becoming more common. According to their data, there has been a 182% increase in people finding hate flyers in the past year alone.
And now is the time for people of good conscience and really with love in their heart to step up and to say, we will not stand for this, and then to take some action.
There are no limits for one Rockdale County dad. Jonathan Kendrick created an opportunity for his teenage son and others like him with special needs after being told resources for him would be limited once he aged out of the public school system. Once he reaches 21, what is he going to do? Our Ellen Lopez explains this family's new venture, Work for Eli.
It's fun, and each one's like a puzzle. You get to figure out how to do it.
People with disabilities are just like normal people, and they want a purpose in life.
Jonathan Kendrick knows this all too well. His son Elijah was born with Down syndrome and a congenital heart condition. 8 years later, he was also diagnosed with autism. His parents were told resources for Eli would be limited as an adult. Their response, to create them, not only for him, but also for other adults with special needs. They did it through Work for Eli, a new division of his company, Digital Technology Partners.
We take back old computers, monitors, laptops, phones, basically your general electronic equipment. We break it down and make sure that all the parts get sent to the proper recyclers.
I'm about to take apart a PC.
Ariana and Hannah were the first employees. They were later joined by Mandy.
My favorite part is taking apart a server. I think it's pretty fun for me because I get to work on a computer like my dad does.
All three are a big part of ensuring the disposal of electronic waste.
So we just stack it up right there.
Working with these wonderful people have just been a blessing, a true blessing. It makes me feel so good inside that we're doing something, we're doing a service that actually is fulfilling and it's rewarding, and the potential is so great. I mean, we're just still in the baby steps, and I can't imagine what it's going to be like going forward.
Yeah, and according to the latest report from the National Center for Educational Statistics, 14% of all public school students received some type of special education. Jonathan hopes those students will have other opportunities like Work for Eli when they age out of the public school system. Aisha.
All right, thank you, Elwin. A beloved local high school coach loses his battle with cancer. How he's been remembered by his friends and family.
Only on 11 Alive.
Some mornings, what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Blog on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11 Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outcast mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little 5 Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibe. We vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hence. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun.
They're
And
a
they're
lot of fun.
convenient. But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like they have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting.
Yeah.
He coached 3 sports for more than 2 decades in Fayette County, but over the weekend, Coach John Strickland lost his battle with colon cancer. Coaches and student athletes in Fayette County say Strickland always put the students first, and they told Joe Hankey that is why he continued to coach and teach up until his final days.
Fayette County High boys basketball coach Andre Flynn at practice today
Don't ever give up. Keep working. Just got to keep working.
echoed a few of Coach John Strickland's final words.
Said make sure the Fayette County girls and the Fayette County boys continue to stay on top. Make sure they still continue to do what they're doing. That's what he was told me on Saturday.
Coach Flynn called Strickland a colleague and mentor for many years.
Game speed. Then we're not surprised in the game.
Strickland coached the girls basketball team to a state championship, coached football, track and field, and taught PE, while helping his students succeed on and off the field.
He'll never be forgotten. He'll never be replaced for what he's done to the Fayette County community. Like I said, he did everything. He was here all the time.
Flynn says Strickland did not let cancer stop him. 2 weeks ago, he could be found in his office finishing grades before the holiday break.
But I knew he was struggling. I knew he was in pain later on down, but he never complained.
The basketball team in June tweeting a video of Strickland, blessed and excited to get speed training from the best all-around coach in the state of Georgia, the tweet read.
He was here night in, night out, dedicated to sports, school, and getting us better as young men.
Basketball player Jacoby Coleman is also the school's starting quarterback. Strickland was the school's quarterback coach. Coleman says the news of his coach's death left him in shock.
It's just heartbreaking. Like, the Fayette County High School was known for Coach Strickland, Coach Flynn. And with one of the head pieces gone, is just irreplaceable.
Coach Flynn, though, reminding Coleman and his classmates to think about the positive.
He's no more pain. So that's how we got to look at it. That's how we got to approach it. And no more pain, and he's in a better place.
And an example of the support Coach Strickland has here in Fayette County and beyond is an online fundraiser set up to help with his funeral and other expenses. That fundraiser started less than 2 days ago with a goal of $5,000. As of late this afternoon, nearly 3 times that total has already been raised.
We had a really nice day out there today with plenty of sunshine, a lot of blue sky. You know, we had the rain and some of that band with heavy wind with it overnight. And most of that was gone by the time people woke up this morning. So for the most part, in the waking hours, it was dry. We had a lot of clear skies. This is a picture taken at sunset tonight from Bill Honea in the Meriwether County area, south and west of the city, where it was a beautiful night out there. Nice sunset over the water, looking really good. Tomorrow is going to be another really nice day as well. Now, I want to show you the almanac. High today, 69. And I know you're thinking, wait a minute, it wasn't 69 this afternoon. You're right, it wasn't this afternoon. That 69-degree reading, the highest temperature of the day, occurred at midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning, before those showers were moving in. We had that really warm air mass here over us. Our low this morning was 51 degrees. Our average high for this time of year should be 52. So really, our low was closer to the average high. We should be around 34 for that low in the morning. And, you know, some people in those bands of heavy rain got a lot of rain. Others didn't get a lot. Atlanta, one of those that didn't get a lot. 700 inch of rain here since midnight last night. So our rainfall deficit is just under 6 inches, and we're not going to get any rain tomorrow either. So we're going to be finishing up the year right around 6 inches below where we should be in rainfall with that rain deficit. Temperatures are on the cool side, you know, compared to where we were last night in the mid-60s. So we're at 49 right now, 48 in Gainesville, lower 40s in Blairsville, a couple of 50s still, actually a few of those in Thomaston, Eatonton, also Athens holding in those lower 50s. Tomorrow, going to be a really nice day. It's going to be chilly in the morning to start, 38 for a low. We get up to 54 in the afternoon, mostly sunny skies on that scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day. We're going to go with a 10. So here, excuse me, is your forecast for tomorrow. This is in the morning, mostly sunny to start. We don't see any weather features moving in here at all on the forecast track. At 11:30 in the morning, close to lunchtime, mostly sunny. In the afternoon, mostly sunny. Comfortable temperatures just on the cool side there in the 50s, which is just a couple of degrees above the average. And then Tuesday night, this is New Year's Eve night, no precip in the area. Temperatures will be chilly though. We'll be dropping down into the 30s. So here's another look at that New Year's Eve hour by hour outlook. 8 o'clock tomorrow night, 41. 39 at 10, at midnight 38, 36 at 2 a.m. A little bit of a breeze will make it feel a little bit cooler, but just know it's going to be chilly if you're going to be outside during that time. Now we're watching the rain that's going to be moving in on Thursday and also on Friday. So through 5 o'clock on Thursday, most of that rain is going to be to the north of us. It's going to be feeding in with more of that rain later in the day on Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to see a better coverage of rain around. And this is through Friday at 4. The blue color indicating rain amounts of a 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches. The green showing 1/2 inch or less. So that's through Friday in the middle of the afternoon. More rain coming in into Friday night. And then Saturday it tapers off somewhat. It's going to be more light stuff. But still, around Atlanta and much of the area can pick up between a 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches of rain. And maybe even a few snow flurries in North Georgia on Saturday. So you've got those temperatures in the 30s Tuesday and Wednesday morning with highs in the 50s, dry weather conditions. The rain comes in on Thursday. Friday's the day with the better chance for rain, and then the rain starts to push out on Saturday, but that moisture may squeeze out with that cold air. A few flurries in North Georgia, dry Sunday and Monday with temperatures cooling back down to the 50s.
Metro Atlanta contains the foods of dozens of nations. We're trying to eat through them all. This is At the Table ATL. I'm Matt Pearl. If you thought you couldn't find great international cuisine in our region, you should know we've already profiled 57 restaurants representing 57 different countries. Let's go to number 58. We're heading up to Kennesaw for Jojo Fritai and a taste of Haiti.
What's it called?
Poisson Gosel.
How does Poisson Gosel represent Haiti?
It is the second most popular way of eating fish in the island. If you're not around a beach, if you go to a restaurant in the island, this is the one that you have to try. It is extremely delicious. It smells out of your mouth. It's very good.
What does it mean to represent Haitian food in Atlanta?
It is big, and especially fritai, because we are Jojo Fritai. Fritai is the street food. It's the equivalent of fast food. Let's say if you go to Burger King, McDonald's here. We are having people coming from Tennessee, from Carolinas. Whenever they feel the need to eat some Haitian food, they come to Jojo Fritai. It is a great community. I'm happy to be here, and this is my second home.
Put it on the big board. That's 58 episodes of At the Table ATL in the books. You can watch them all and tell us what countries we haven't covered yet. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Table ATL.
These two hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little Five Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibe. When you vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hence. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun.
They're
And
a
they're
lot of fun.
convenient. But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting.
Yeah.
We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers, but without context, they're just clickbait. So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late.
What's the best part about
Your voice, it is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it like it is.
Bringing us together to act.
Together, our voices grow. Together, we come alive, amplifying voices and breaking down barriers to change the story and shape the future. Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are where Atlanta speaks.
If getting in shape for 2020 is your goal, you're not alone. Now is the time gyms will start offering those deals to lock you in. But how can you get the most out of your membership? We went straight to the experts in this week's Pro Tips.
Hey guys, I'm Umama, the founder and CEO of the fitness app Sweatpack. Today I'm going to share some of my pro tips for making the most out of your gym membership. Let's go. Tip number 1, be vulnerable. Whenever you're coming up to a personal trainer or to any of the sales desks at a big box gym, just be honest about what your goals are. Now, if you typically drop in, I'm looking for community, I'm looking for personal training, guidance, that's when they're going to start edging into, hey, we really want you here. And they'll typically waive that new membership fee. Tip number 2, try before you buy. A lot of these gyms and studios offer first class free or first drop-in for free. So you can also slide into their DMs and ask them, hey, can I get a tour of the facility? This is a really great way to make sure you genuinely see yourself belonging there and the community environment thrives with your goals. Tip number 3, don't get trapped. A lot of these gyms and studios might offer a 60 to 90 day fat loss challenge with a money back guarantee. The thing with these is realizing our body fat all works differently. You might be 0.5% off from the goal body weight and they won't return that money back to you. And tip number 4, scope it out. Make sure you check out the gym when you actually plan on coming in. The gym actually has different fluctuations in its traffic. 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., you're looking at a super busy big box gym. 7 to 10, it's a little bit moderate. 10 to 1, we're looking at that lunchroom traffic, but 1 to 4:30 is definitely light, and then after 4:30 to 7 p.m., you're looking at that post-work crew, and then 7 to 10, definitely lighter.
You can check out more pro tips by going to youtube.com/11alive.
Hey, if you're still looking for some cool things to do for New Year's Eve, Metro Atlanta is the place to be. The Battery in Cobb County will be letting off fireworks and partying hard. Live at the Battery is hosting a big celebration. You can head to the Georgia Aquarium and celebrate with the fishes. Or how about celebrate with the kids with Noon Year's Eve at the Fern Bank Museum or the hotel at Avalon. And as a reminder, don't expect to see a peach drop at the end of the countdown. The Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms canceled the Atlanta Peach Drop earlier this year. She says this celebration felt, quote, rushed. Mayor Bottoms is promising to bring the event back in upcoming years, bigger and better. Well, if you're heading out, Chris.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly. We're going to see dry conditions. I think it'll be interesting to maybe drive down to Underground to see if anybody is there.
Yeah.
Thinking, wait, what's going on? I'm looking for the peach. But it's going to be chilly and dry. That's good. The rain comes back during the day Thursday. Friday looks like the wettest day with a better chance for showers. Ending on Saturday, cold air comes in, maybe wrapping around some flurries up in far north Georgia on Saturday. And then we dry out Sunday, decreasing clouds. It's going to be chilly, highs in the lower 50s, then mid 50s on Monday.
All right, stick around. Jeff is up next. We'll join you at 10.
Hey, I got the ways to go. I got moves to make, call me, but I stay in the flow. See, I just do what I say I'm gonna do. No, my movement ain't faded. You could assume it.
Oh, and so I was saying, there is always something filming here in Atlanta, from movies to TV shows, you name it. And so the A Scene keeps up with all of it for you. Casting calls, which big celebrities are in town, what's filming, and if it's in your neighborhood. It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But you know, I really wish you would have told us we were filming this today.
Ooh, did I not text you? All right. Ah, it's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed. In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
Jeff.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11 Alive.
Televised newscast not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning. I'm learning the taste of water, because I'm sugary.
Okay,
Right.
about that?
Reward would be
Slimming down. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
a little water in my cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin, you know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. I'm not gonna be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11 Alive.
Some mornings, what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Blog on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy and Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11 Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outcast mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends.
11 Alive News Primetime on the ATL. starts now.
We begin on this Monday night with the tragedy within the Georgia Tech football program. A recruit who was set to start classes next week died after being struck by a train in his hometown of Deerfield Beach, Florida. 11
Alive's Elwin Lopez is taking a closer look at what happened.
Yeah, the Crawford County Sheriff's Office said they got a call about a person hit by a train around 4 o'clock this morning. They say 17-year-old Bryce Gowdy was taken to a nearby hospital where he later died. Deputies are still trying to figure out why he was around the railroad tracks. Gowdy was a 4-star receiver at Deerfield Beach High School. He signed with Georgia Tech earlier this month, and he graduated early from high school and was planning to move to Atlanta this week to start classes at Tech next Monday. He hinted to that in his final tweets he sent out less than 24 hours ago. He posted a picture of his family and says, quote, "Family matters. Can't wait to get to the ATL soon." Georgia Tech football coach Jeff Collins tweeted out his condolences this afternoon, saying, "We are heartbroken. Bryce will always be a part of our Georgia Tech football family. We will be praying for him and all those who love him." Now, since Gowdy's passing, the hashtags BelieveIn7 and RIP Simba have been circulating social media. Messages of support have come from several high-profile football programs, including the University of Miami and Florida State. It's one of our top stories on 11alive.com. Download the app right now to learn more about his standout high school career.
A 15-year-old girl's family grieving after somebody shot and killed her early on Monday morning. A man was also injured. He is expected to be okay. Atlanta police say the shots were fired inside the home on Washington Street. That's in southeast Atlanta. 11 Alive's Shanu Hur talked with the girl's family.
It was an emotional afternoon here at the home where that 15-year-old girl was killed early this morning. Her friends stopped by earlier and left these balloons and teddy bears here. Shortly after that, the family arrived. On Monday afternoon, Atlanta police were still at the home on Washington Street where that shooting happened around 4 a.m.
It's been really hard for us.
A woman who tells 11 Alive she's the girl's aunt says her niece was a typical teenager and full of life. Her great-grandfather says she meant everything to him. As the family stopped by to gather the girl's belongings inside the house, they were still upset and confused as to why this happened.
They all seem to be friends, and they just got into a little discrepancy.
We are still devastated by it, and we're trying to get, everything together. We're trying to wrap our heads around what has happened and get through this.
Atlanta police do have a suspect and are also questioning many others who were at the home when the shooting happened. I spoke with the property manager. She tells me right now the game plan is to change all the locks on this house and then after that, boarding it up.
A Cobb County woman is accused of keeping multiple dogs in what police call some terrible conditions. Shalandra Vereen was arrested on Christmas Eve for 13 counts of animal cruelty. Investigators say the dogs were found in feces-infested cages behind her house. The dogs were severely malnourished and were being kept for breeding purposes. Vereen is currently out on bond.
DeKalb police are investigating anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim flyers found around Tuckahoe Hills Shopping Center. That is off La Vista and North Druid Hills Road. It comes just days after an attack at a rabbi's home in New York and a shooting at a church in Texas. Caitlin Ross reports that faith leaders are asking people to come together in the face of all this violence.
For many years, I think a lot of people were in the middle and they didn't want to get involved.
Rabbi Albert Slomovitz thinks these flyers should alarm everyone, not just the Jewish and Muslim people targeted.
Those flyers were reprehensible and vile, just horrible. I think that it's a wake-up call to all the good people out there that we have to promote interfaith awareness and understanding in a more proactive way.
American Muslim civil liberties group CARE also called for action. Georgia Executive Director Edward Ahmed Mitchell said DeKalb County law enforcement must identify whoever posted these disgusting anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim flyers before the culprits escalate their hate speech into a hate crime.
The Jewish community is tired of the harassment, tired of the assaults, tired of the onset of anti-Semitism that we're experiencing. And these flyers was just another one of these incidents.
A study by the Anti-Defamation League shows these types of flyers are becoming more common. According to their data, there has been a 182% increase in people finding hate flyers in the past year alone.
And now is the time for people of good conscience and really with love in their heart to step up and to say, we will not stand for this, and then to take some action.
DeKalb County CEO Michael Thurman has issued a statement related to those flyers. You can read it right now on 11alive.com, and you can find it on the As Seen on TV section of our 11 Alive News app.
Tonight, the gunman in the deadly church shooting in Fort Worth, Texas, has been identified. Police say Keith Thomas Kennonen walked into the church and sat among the congregation, then pulled out a gun, killed 2 men and hurt another. Just seconds later, he's shot and killed by an armed member of the church's volunteer security team.
I don't feel like I killed a human, I killed an evil, and that's how I'm coping with the situation.
Members of the church's security team say Kennonen immediately raised suspicions because he was wearing a wig and a fake beard. We are less than 3 months away from the presidential primary, and DeKalb just got a shipment of voting machines. As Doug Richards explains, it's the largest delivery of the machines so far, yet most remain undelivered statewide.
The truck door opened around midday at a DeKalb government loading dock. The contents were shrink-wrapped and palletized, secured to eventually deliver upwards of 300,000 votes in DeKalb County this coming March.
I'm just happy that it came in at this time and not next month or the following month.
Samuel Tillman says DeKalb has been preparing since late summer to get poll workers and voters up to speed on the new computerized voting machines contained within the shrink-wrapped boxes. Cobb County got its new voting machines last week. DeKalb is getting them now. Officials say Fulton and Gwinnett counties will get theirs before the middle of January. The Secretary of State says all 159 counties will have their new machines by February 8th. A little more than 3 weeks later, early voting will begin for the March 24th presidential primary in Georgia.
Is there enough time?
Oh, yes, there is. Like I said, we'll be done 1st of February.
But I mean, is there enough time to train everybody?
Oh, yeah, everyone's already gone through 2 cycles of training, and now the county election officials are working with training all their staff, but also training their poll workers.
DeKalb officials seem to agree. They expect poll workers and voters to take to the new machines in what's likely to be a high turnout March primary.
We've never used them before.
Election Director Erica Hamilton hopes they'll be close to flawless.
But I don't want to make any predictions. I would love for 100%, but you know, you have people and computers combined, so.
We also asked Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger about a federal judge's decision to reject an order that would have stopped the removal of 120,000 Georgia voters from the rolls. The judge ruled on Friday. Secretary Raffensperger says the court ruling was the correct one, that the regular list maintenance makes sense. He went on to say that if anyone wants to get back on the rolls after being removed, it would be easy for them to do so.
Beloved Congressman John Lewis is in the biggest fight of his life. Just yesterday, the civil rights icon announced he's battling stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He says he plans to undergo treatment and keep serving the people of Georgia's 5th congressional district. Congressman Lewis has had an outpouring of support from people like Bernice King, saying she is encouraged by the knowledge he's a legendary fighter and telling him to fight on, sir. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms called him the embodiment of the spirit of Atlanta, and she believes healing and restoration are on the horizon. Congressman Lewis will start treatment in Washington soon. President Carter back at Sunday service for the first time in Plains since undergoing brain surgery. He returned to the Baptist church there, sitting alongside Rosalind, his wife. The president underwent surgery to relieve pressure on his brain in November. He's 95, had a number of health issues related to age. He was recently admitted to the Emory Hospital to treat an infection, and he has had several serious falls over the last year. The fiance of a young ESPN reporter who died on Christmas Eve released more information on his funeral. It was announced on Edward Aschoff's Twitter page that his main funeral will be held this Saturday here in Atlanta. In addition, a memorial and celebration of life service that's going to be held in Oxford, Mississippi on January 18th. Aschoff died from a rare disorder in which your immune system doesn't work properly. He was based in Atlanta when he joined ESPN. Aschoff was 34 years old.
This time last night, we were tracking rain and that potential for storms as the system was moving in from Alabama. It swept through overnight with some bands of heavy rain in some spots and some strong winds, but nothing severe occurred here, even though we had some trees down and power outages. Everything is pushed down to the south for now, leaving behind dry and cooler air. I'll let you know how long that's going to stick around coming up.
What do you have a New Year resolution? Some experts say it may do you more harm than good. How to plan for 2020 the right way. Next.
Down and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hence. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun.
And they're
convenient. But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting. We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers. 2020 almost here. Maybe you've spent some time racking your brain. What is my New Year resolution? Now comes some expert opinion, though, that some of those resolutions could do more harm than good. NBC's Chris Clackham explains.
Even before the confetti falls, some New Year's resolutions will likewise have fallen, unless they're easy.
To be kinder, listen more, and be a little bit more tolerant.
Most resolutions, though, are meant to be tough and a challenge to keep.
I make them and break them in a very short amount of time.
And usually those are the most common resolutions.
Lose some weight, exercise more, travel more.
However, some experts now wonder if some resolutions do more harm than good, especially if they're not reasonable and especially if they're not given enough time to succeed.
When people can't stick to resolutions, they may be dispirited a little bit.
Or maybe more than a little bit, enough to make people give up too quickly, which is why psychologists like the Cleveland Clinic's Scott B. suggest realistic resolutions that might stand a better chance if started long after the holidays.
Around the new year, around the holidays, maybe it's not the ideal time for change. We don't quit smoking the day the dog dies.
And he says the first resolution should be sticking to it for at least 63 to 66 days, because that's about how long it takes for a resolution to become a habit.
Well, as a reminder, don't expect to see a peach drop at the end of the countdown. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms canceled the annual peach drop earlier this year. She says the celebration felt, quote, rushed. Mayor Bottoms is promising to bring back the event bigger than ever and promises it will be a blast.
Temperatures finally cooling down after a week of unusual warm December weather.
It was so nice. Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb is in now with the forecast just in time for us to put on our nice dresses and suits for New Year's Eve. The temperatures are going back to closer to normal.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, yesterday we were 1 degree away from a record. We hit 71 yesterday, and the record for yesterday's date was 72. Today, it was kind of backwards. Now, this graph shows you these temperatures beginning at 2 a.m., where it was 62. At 1 a.m., it was 69. So that is the high temperature for the day, 69 degrees. But then after that rain came through and the cold front ushered in some of that cooler air, we saw those temperatures fall to 52 this morning. And then in the afternoon, we got up to 61. That was our afternoon high temperature. And now with that sun as it went down earlier and with clear skies, we're cooling down pretty quickly. We're at 48 degrees right now in the Atlanta area. In fact, you'll see that right here on the maps. Most places in the 40s. We have mainly mid to upper 40s, even some low 50s. Athens, Eatonton, and Thomaston in the 50s. Carrollton, one of the cooler spots at 43, 44 in Rome, and Blairsville at this hour is at 41 degrees. We'll see these temperatures continuing to drop overnight through the 40s. We wake up in the morning with temperatures that'll be in the upper 30s. I really think our low will be 38 degrees here in the morning. We'll have mainly clear skies, plenty of sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. It's going to be another really beautiful day with that mostly sunny sky, but it's just going to be a little bit chilly in the morning, and then in the afternoon, high temperatures up to 54. Our average high for this time of year is 52, so it'll be just a couple of degrees above the average. On our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day, we're going to go with a 10 there on the wasometer. Now, I know I've been showing you this forecast track that doesn't have a lot of activity on it, but I think it just kind of reinforces how nice of a day it is going to be here tomorrow, where at lunchtime it's going to be mostly sunny, in the late afternoon mostly sunny, and then through the evening a lot of folks are going to be headed out tomorrow night for New Year's Eve, and we'll see mainly clear skies. But it is going to be chilly, so you won't have to wear a rain jacket or take an umbrella to any of those festivities tomorrow night, but you'll need a coat or a jacket to help you stay warm. In fact, here's that hour-by-hour outlook for New Year's Eve night. 41 degrees at about 8 o'clock, and then it cools down a little bit more at 10 o'clock to 39. 38 at midnight, and if you're still out at 2 o'clock in the morning, even a little bit cooler at 36. There will be enough of a breeze to give us a wind chill that'll make it feel a little bit lower than that. But as you can see, mostly clear skies, so just know it'll be a little bit on the chilly side. The changes come back. Now, just in time for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, we have dry weather conditions, so pretty nice for whatever you're going to be doing out there. But then the day after, on Thursday, that's where we're going to see the rain start to move in. Here's a look at that moisture that starts building in during the day on Thursday. Better coverage of that in the afternoon. It's going to be with us Thursday evening and then into Friday. Friday's the day with the highest rain chance and the better coverage of those showers around. And then as this moisture moves out, it's that classic race between the moisture moving out and the cold air coming in here. And as cold air sweeps in, it's going to wring out any remaining moisture with some wraparound moisture here Saturday. And parts of North Georgia may see a few flurries. Both the European model and the American model both showing the potential for some flurries there. We're just going to have to be fine-tuning this for the rest of the week to see if those flurries still hold a chance or exactly who will be impacted by that. So we'll keep fine-tuning that for the week ahead. Dry conditions Tuesday and Wednesday, cool mornings, chilly afternoons in the 50s, 60% chance for rain Thursday, 80% chance on Friday. Saturday, some lingering showers as they move out. Cold air wrapping around might cause some flurries up in far north Georgia. Then dry conditions Sunday and Monday. A 10 on the wasometer Monday with a high of 56.
Chris, thank you. A recording, let's try that again. A record-setting space flight is now landing a female astronaut in the record books again. Christina Koch has been in space since March 14th. She is 40 years of age, an electrical engineer, expected to spend 11 months on board the space station. My goodness, and that makes the longest single space flight by a woman. She broke the record on Saturday, 288 days in space, and she is no stranger to setting records. In October, she was part of the first all-female spacewalk. An amazing life in progress.
While being late on your credit card payments could cost you more in 2020, come Wednesday, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau will raise the permissible maximum for credit card late payment fees by $1. The good news is this won't be an overnight change that you'll see, since the law generally requires they give cardholders at least 45 days notice. Some companies may not increase the fees at all.
Launching a streaming service is one of the many things Disney can brag about during the course of the year. The company released 6 movies that brought in $1 billion, and a 7th may come in as well. Worldwide, the company brought in $10 billion in box office sales, not to mention claiming nearly 40% of the U.S. box office. And don't forget, 7 of the top 15 films of the year were Disney films.
I'm Francesca Emaker with the A Scene. State Farm Arena was packed with a who's who of celebrities, all for the boxing match over the weekend. I have the details coming up for you, coming up in the A Scene. Tucked away in a back parking lot in Little Five Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
All we feel is good vibes. Vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hints. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive.
Televised newscast not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun.
And they're convenient.
But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting. We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers, but without context, they're just clickbait. So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late.
What's the best part about
Your voice, it is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it like it is.
Bringing us together to act.
Together, our voices grow. Together, we come alive.
All right, folks, you know what time it is. You see your screen. It is time for the last Monday of 2019's A-Scene. And we're kicking off with the news that is still buzzing from State Farm Arena, the big match that went down over the weekend. The fight between Davis, who calls Atlanta his second home, and Gamboa had all the stars out in the city of Atlanta. And not only did Davis get walked out to the ring with Atlanta's own little baby, but sitting ringside, we saw everyone from Shaquille O'Neal to Mutombo to T.I. And then it was ladies' night for some of our favorite songstress, ranging from Candy to Monica to Rashida and Tiny. Davis also came out on top, if you were wondering. And next up, Lil Nas X paying a visit to his youngest of fans. The Lithia Springs country music and rap star made a sweet Christmas appearance at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, thanks to the Ryan Seacrest Foundation. And keep in mind, Ryan Seacrest, yep, a native of Atlanta. Spreading goodwill and Christmas carols and presents, Nas had fun fielding questions from patients and playing Truth or Dare, too. When a patient asked, hey, how many shoes do you own? He said, well, last year I had 3 pairs of shoes, and this year I can't even count how many. And of course, you know, the patients went wild with wows and oohs and ahs. And check out which North Clayton High School alum turned rap star had a cute date night at a recent Hawks game. 2 Chainz. He enjoyed being courtside with his missus, cheering on the Hawks. And this coming less than a week after the award-winning lyricist bought 100 pairs of shoes for the students who participated in his 7th annual True Hoops basketball camp. I think we have footage of that right there. That takes place at his high school alma mater. He loves the kids. He certainly does. And as always, for more of the A-Scene, head on over to our website, 11alive.com/the-A-Scene to see what's filming in your neck of the woods.
All right, I'm headed out to get ready for Up Late over on 11 Alive. Come and join me. Keep me company while Ron and Natisha are away on vacay.
All right, very good. We promised to do that. Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Jeff.
Happy New Year. All right, here's what's coming up on the ATL in the next 30 minutes. It is the song that rings in the new year. Our Y Guy explains why we sing Old Lang Syne on New Year's Eve.
Where's my pen? Have you seen it?
everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
I woke up at 2 in the morning to be here. Where were you?
Once you allow it, right, then it sets you up for the entire week where you just have lost it.
Like on a Sunday, it's like, oh, let's just order some Chinese food, and of course you wind up eating tons of that. And then on Monday, you're like, well, I got leftovers, I can't let it go to waste.
Auntie wants to give you a plate to take home from the barbecue.
Auntie.
Auntie, don't invite me to the barbecue.
I'm gonna be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11 Alive.
The 11 Alive app is your go-to source for all things Atlanta.
You hear what happened today? I'll tell you all about it.
Breaking news the moment it happens.
The boil water advisory.
Hyper-local, accurate weather alert.
You may want to grab that sweater, maybe even a coat.
More stories to uncover. More videos to discover.
He did it his way.
Personalized for you.
And that's what makes it so special.
The 11 Alive app. Available now in the App Store.
Hey, I got the ways to go. I got moves to make, homie, but I stay in the flow. See, I just do what I say I'm gonna do. No, my movement ain't fading. You could assume what you're doing was great.
Oh, and so I was saying, there is always something filming here in Atlanta. From movies to TV shows, you name it. And so the A Scene keeps up with all of it for you. Casting calls, which big celebrities are in town, what's filming, and if it's in your neighborhood. It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But you know, I really wish you would have told us we were filming this today.
Ooh, did I not text you? All right. Ah, it's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed. In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
Jess.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11 Alive.
Televised newscast not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of
The only survivor of that small plane that crashed while heading to Atlanta for the Peach Bowl remains in critical condition tonight. Doctors say that Stephen Berzis made it out of surgery this morning, but is medically sedated. He has a very long road to recovery. Federal investigators working to find out why the small plane crashed shortly after takeoff in Lafayette, Louisiana on Saturday. 5 people on board were killed. The full investigation could take a year to complete. The NTSB says small planes crash more often than commercial airlines for several reasons. Hope Ford talked to a pilot and flight instructor about all the risks.
The view is the first thing everyone notices when they take off in a small airplane. It's unmatched to what you would get in a commercial airliner.
Ben Capagrossi had a lifelong dream to fly.
A lot of the safety in small airplanes lies in the pilot.
The private pilot also teaches others to fly at Aero Atlanta, so he was heartbroken to hear about the deadly crash in Louisiana on Saturday.
It's upsetting. I mean, I don't like to see fellow aviators dying in plane crashes.
The National Transportation Safety Board investigators say no distress call was made, and the plane crashed about a minute after leaving the Lafayette Regional Airport. So now, investigators will examine the pilot's qualifications and plane's maintenance records. According to the NTSB, small plane crashes increased by 13% in 2018. That's about 1 small plane crash a day. Capagrossi says most of the time, accidents are the result of pilot error.
Most general aviation accidents under Part 91 are caused by pilots making mistakes.
But other crash reasons include planes having defective parts, unexpected weather issues, and having 1 pilot versus 2.
If you're a single pilot and you have an emergency, your workload is going to be very high. Sometimes the workload requirement during that emergency can oftentimes exceed the skill of the pilot.
Capagrossi says pilots do pre-safety checks before takeoff and says you can do a check of your own before boarding by asking a few questions.
Are you current? Are you proficient? How much time do you have in this aircraft? Are you comfortable with this flight that we're taking today? How does the weather look? Those are some of the questions that I think the average passenger should consider.
As for the crash in Louisiana, the NTSB says early evidence shows the plane was in one piece when it hit the ground, and the aircraft underwent maintenance in October. The plane's last flight before crashing was December 18th.
All right, Hope, thank you. He coached 3 sports for more than 2 decades in Fayette County, but over the weekend, Coach John Strickland lost his battle with colon cancer. Coaches and student athletes in Fayette County say that Strickland always put the students first, and they told Joe Hankey that is why he continued to coach and teach up until the final days of his life.
Fayette County High boys basketball coach Andre Flynn at practice today.
Don't ever give up. Keep working. Just got to keep working.
Echoed a few of Coach John Strickland's final words.
Said make sure the Fayette County girls and the Fayette County boys continue to stay on top. Make sure they still continue to do what they're doing. That's what he was told me on Saturdays.
Coach Flynn called Strickland a colleague and mentor for many years.
Game speed. Then we're not surprised in the game.
Strickland coached the girls' basketball team to a state championship, coached football, track and field, and taught PE, while helping his students succeed on and off the field.
He'll never be forgotten. He'll never be replaced for what he's done to the Fayette County community. Like I said, he did everything. He was here all the time.
Flynn says Strickland did not let cancer stop him. 2 weeks ago, he could be found in his office finishing grades before the holiday break.
But I knew he was struggling. I knew he was in pain later on down, but he never complained.
The basketball team in June tweeting a video of Strickland, blessed and excited to get speed training from the best all-around coach in the state of Georgia, the tweet read.
He was here night in, night out, dedicated to sports, school, and getting us better as young men.
Basketball player Jacoby Coleman is also the school's starting quarterback. Strickland was the school's quarterback coach. Coleman says the news of his coach's death left him in shock.
It's just heartbreaking. Like, the Fayette County High School was known for Coach Strickland, Coach Flynn. And with one of the head pieces going, is just irreplaceable.
Coach Flynn, though, reminding Coleman and his classmates to think about the positive.
He's no more pain. So that's how we got to look at it. That's how we got to approach it. And no more pain, and he's in a better place.
And an example of the support Coach Strickland has here in Fayette County and beyond is an online fundraiser set up to help with his funeral and other expenses. That fundraiser started less than 2 days ago with a goal of $5,000. As of late this afternoon, nearly 3 times that total has already been raised.
New tonight, DeKalb police investigating a deadly shooting that all started over a dispute with the victim's dog. The shooting happened at an apartment complex on South Hairston Road this afternoon. Police would not release the victim's identity, only that he was an African-American male in his 20s. Right now, officers are working to identify the suspects. Time is running out to register to vote in next month's special election. And tonight is the night you need to get it done. You have about an hour and a half. The election is for next month's vote to fill the vacancy in House District 171, which covers parts of southwest Georgia. They are seeking to replace the Republican Jay Powell, who died last month at a legislative retreat. Georgia completed its state and federally funded maintenance of its moving process of inactive voter registrations to canceled status. You must have your voter registration postmarked no later than today, December 30th, so you have until midnight. Again, a little less than an hour and a half. This decade brought the first Olympics, deeply tied to and watched through social media. And as we get ready for 2020 and the Summer Games, here's a look back at some of the most viral Olympic moments.
play around Sweden. Jesse Diggins to the line.
Yes!
And it is Jesse Diggins delivering a landmark moment that will be etched in U.S. Olympic history.
Wow, we'll just live here for a minute.
If you're ever in Sochi, Russia, as an Olympian, and you get stuck in a bathroom, what I want to do is teach you a few tips that I learned on how to get out.
And we are already working on stories with our Georgia Olympians getting ready for Tokyo. Atlanta is hosting the 2020 U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials on February 29th. The race starts in front of Centennial Olympic Park. The top 3 women and men will be chosen to represent Team USA. With the Peach Drop on hiatus, a lot of people looking for other New Year's Eve plans. There have been 100,000 people to the Peach Drop in recent years, but that has now some other event planners worried about bigger crowds than they're used to handling or can handle, particularly in East Atlanta, where organizers are holding the only public ball drop in the city. It's called the Rooster Drop. The venue is less than 5 miles away from Underground, so organizers are concerned that crowds could put a lot of stress on the staff.
We expect we would be 6 to 7 times last year's number in terms of potential people that would want to come. And that's part of the proactive dialogue the city has had back and forth with us, where we're talking about contingency planning in terms of, as all these people are aware of this because of the Peach Drop canceling, how do we help manage the potential people that could show up?
City officials say they are aware of the concerns, but they expect a lot of people looking for an event will go to Pond City Market for the fireworks there. As of now, they're not planning any extra security. Well, it's time to warm up your singing voice. New Year's Eve is a cue to sing a song symbolizing the end of one year and the beginning of a new one. And we know the melody, but do we know the words? Do Auld Lang Syne? We know a few of the words. Here's our Why Guy.
The fireworks and champagne toasts tell you it's time for the calendar to turn. There are so many traditions that help us say goodbye to the old and welcome the new. As we turn the page on 2019, you will likely hear a song that has become a New Year's tradition. Here's why we sing Auld Lang Syne at the end of each year. Scottish poet Robert Burns gets the writing credit. According to the official website of Scotland, Auld Lang Syne was an ancient song and Burns was the first to record it on paper. Few celebrate the new year with revelry equal to the Scots. In Scotland, the last day of the year is known as Hogmanay. Until the 1950s, the Scots were barred from celebrating Christmas, so the big celebration fell to New Year's. The Scots used the opportunity to clean the house and exchange gifts. The phrase Auld Lang Syne roughly translates to for old time's sake. It's all about preserving old friendships and reflecting on the past year. As Scots have moved around the world, they've spread their tradition of holding hands and singing Auld Lang Syne just before midnight. Another tradition of Hogmanay is to welcome friends and strangers with enthusiastic hugs and kisses. The passion for such physical warmth is no doubt driven by a few fermented beverages. It is the inspiration for the worldwide tradition of kissing your mate as the new year arrives.
Libations, yes, New Year's Eve. Fermented beverages, also known as spirits. If you have a question for Jerry Carnes, the Why Guy, send it over on Facebook, Twitter, or email.
Chilly temperatures out there tonight, clear skies, temperatures falling into the 30s overnight. Stay with us. We're going to let you know how we'll finish up the year of 2019 and how we'll begin 2020.
Coming up next in sports, the Hawks are grim. They are a grim team at this point in the midst of a 10-game losing streak in Central Florida with Orlando. Any magic for the Hawks? We'll find out coming up.
Don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hence. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun.
And they're
convenient. But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting. We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers, but without context, they're just clickbait. So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late.
What's the best part about
Your voice, it is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it like it is.
Bringing us together to act.
Together, our voices grow. Together, we come alive, amplifying voices and breaking down barriers to change the story and shape the future. Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are where Atlanta speaks.
Remember the old days, the old cliffhangers when we used to watch shows?
Hate
and they
cliffhangers.
would, they would wait the next week. You're, what's going to happen to the $6 million man? He was hanging with his one bionic arm.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11 Alive.
Atlanta. Almost 6 million people call the Metro home. But what makes this place so great? I'm 11 Alive's Chesley McNeil. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Atlanta is the best city in America. Come on, man. It's the heart of the South. And it's one of the most diverse cities around. People from all walks of life have come here and made it home. From different backgrounds, languages, and religions. And who can forget about the food? They all make this a cultural melting pot, full of great people and Southern hospitality. Atlanta's rich history is unmatched, known as the cradle of the civil rights movement for good reason. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Andrew Young, John Lewis, they all fought in the struggle for equal rights right here. Businesses on Sweet Auburn Avenue, local black churches, and college students from Atlanta all helped shape the future.
As 2019 comes to a close, we look back and ponder the events over the last year. And it wasn't all hard news and government infighting. There was some fun to be found. Here's NBC's Raphael Seth on the lighter side.
Before we dive into the new year, let's retrace our steps through the old one. 2019 was like kissing an alpaca. Hairy, a little scary, and probably not something you'd want to repeat. Even the Easter Bunny was in a mood, handing out season's beatings. But to get to a smile, sometimes you have to slap the frown right off your face. We start with a competition in Denmark, where the power and majesty of equestrian dressage meets the skill of air guitar. This piano man in Switzerland hit all the high notes, tickling the ivories while suspended in midair for a tune he hoped would not end in B-flat. Other musical moments included this donkey duet, an orchestra playing it cool with instruments made of ice, and the armed forces paying tribute to the song of the year.
Baby Shark.
This woman inspired a case of the feels by bringing her best friend to work, but if your spouse is your friend, I wouldn't recommend it. We reaffirmed some truths in 2019. Birds of a feather do flock together, and kitties love to play with string. But sometimes it's best not to keep your eye on the ball. In sporting news, Juno the Otter rocked the rim with a two-hand jam, and a Harlem Globetrotter redefined the sky hook by jumping out of a plane. But somehow a skydiver won her sports championship indoors. Winter competitions bring dramatic moments, some before the games even start. Curling has become such a popular sport that sometimes you have to use the players as pieces. But if you've ever felt like you were up a creek without a paddle, try going without a creek. This snowboating race was eventually canceled after a seemingly obvious discovery.
Kayaks are not designed to work on the snow, therefore the water.
Other things that do not go together, a jacuzzi on a boat, ballet and dinosaurs, and a bunk bed of nails. So moving forward, let's turn the chaos into art like Piccasso. It's reasonable to expect at least a few hiccups on the journey. Just remember to stop and smell the flowers.
Temperatures cooling down tonight with clear skies. We're going to watch these temperatures fall into the upper 30s by tomorrow morning. If you're out tonight walking the dog for the last time, maybe taking the trash down to the street, just know it's chilly. And then it's going to be even colder tomorrow morning. Now, I know a lot of people may be off for New Year's Eve, but if you're headed out to work early in the morning, if you're not off, it is going to be a chilly start to the day. And we're going to end up the year with dry and cool conditions. We will also begin 2020, the first day of the year, with dry and cool conditions. But then after that, the changes move in. On January 2nd, on Thursday, the rain moves back in. It's going to be soggy for the end of the week, and even some moisture left over on Saturday as cold air moves in, and there's the potential for a few flurries that could move through parts of North Georgia on Saturday. Now, you know, that's over 5 days away. So we're going to be fine-tuning that forecast. This is just what we're seeing right now on our models. And the models are agreeing right now. Both the Euro and American are both indicating that potential for some flurries in North Georgia. We're going to go with a 10 on the wazometer tomorrow. That's our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day. Lows near 38 in the morning, and then afternoon highs near 54. That 54-degree temperature, just a couple of degrees above where we should be for this time of year. You can see the dry conditions overnight and in the morning through the day tomorrow. It's just going to be a great day. We're going to see mostly sunny skies with dry conditions, no precip in the area. And then as we get into the late night hours, this is tomorrow night, close to midnight, if you're outside watching some fireworks or shooting some fireworks, the legal ones, with the neighbors. And it's going to be chilly out there with temperatures that are going to be falling into the 30s during those evening hours. So we're going to be watching the rain. So it's going to be dry New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And then the rain comes in on Thursday. So the rain amounts, let's take a look at those right now. Into late Thursday, we'll have some showers in Atlanta, but it will be less than a ½ inch, mainly on the north and west side. But beginning to see some of those heavier amounts coming in for Thursday and into Friday. So this is through Friday in the middle of the afternoon, where you see the blue color indicating some of those rainfall amounts, a ½ inch to maybe 1.5 inches. The green colors there, south and west around that I-85 corridor, most likely less than a ½ inch. And we're going to be watching those rain totals. These predictions are going to be changing a lot as this system gets closer to us. But as it's all said and done, just say on average between a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of rain over much of North Georgia. So dry weather conditions Tuesday and Wednesday. Then Thursday and Friday, we see that rain. It moves in on Thursday. Friday looks like the day with the best coverage of showers around, but it does warm up to 65 on Friday. And then on Saturday, as the rain moves out, we'll see the cold air moving in here. That'll squeeze out a little bit of additional moisture. Highs only in the 40s Saturday, and then 50 Sunday with dry conditions, up to 56 by Monday with mostly sunny skies.
Chris, thank you. We have breaking news. Right now, crews are battling a massive fire at an apartment community. This is in Gwinnett County. You're looking at new video that has come into our newsroom in the last few minutes. You can see those massive flames. This looks like an older apartment complex that was built in the 1970s. We have seen so many of those go up in flames, not only in Gwinnett, but DeKalb County over the last, 5 to 10 years. This building has now been evacuated, and it is a 10-unit building. We're working to learn if anybody has been injured, but a lot of flame, a lot of smoke billowing. And again, you can download the 11 Alive app for the very latest.
Metro Atlanta contains the foods of dozens of nations. We're trying to eat through them all. This is At the Table ATL. I'm Matt Pearl. If you thought you couldn't find great international cuisine in our region, you should know. We've already profiled 57 restaurants representing 57 different countries. Let's go to number 58. We're heading up to Kennesaw for Jojo Fritai and a taste of Haiti.
What's it called?
Poisson Gosel.
How does Poisson Gosel represent Haiti?
It is the second most popular way of eating fish in the island. If you're not around a dish, if you go to a restaurant in the island, this is the one that you have to try. It is extremely delicious. It smells out of your mouth. It's very good.
What does it mean to represent Haitian food in Atlanta?
It is big, and especially fritai, because we are Jojo Fritai. Fritai is the street food, it's the equivalent of fast food. Let's say if you go to Burger King, McDonald's here. We are having people coming from Tennessee, from Carolinas. Whenever they feel the need to eat some Haitian food, they come to Jojo Fritai. It is a great community. I'm happy to be here, and this is my second home.
Put it on the big board. That's 58 episodes of At the Table ATL in the books. You can watch them all and tell us what countries we haven't covered yet. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Table ATL.
The Falcons won 7 games in 2019. 6 of those came in the second half of the season. That's not good enough for head coach Dan Quinn. In fact, today he even said you don't get a trophy for a 6-2 record after the bye week. And you know what? He's right. No trophies for a valiant second half effort. But all coordinators return next year, with Raheem Morris being elevated to defensive coordinator. Even though that 1-7 start still looms in the background, Quinn is thankful in some way the team had to go through that.
I don't want to discount the first half as much as it sucked. There was a lot to be gained from that. The second half, we were able to apply it, but there's no trophy for playing well in the second half. It has to carry over. And so for us to play like we want to play, I'm glad we went through the fight.
Some tragic news concerning a Georgia Tech signee today. 4-star wide receiver Bryce Gowdy out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, has passed away after being struck by a freight train. That's according to the Broward County Sheriff's Department. Tech head coach Jeff Collins, he released a statement on Twitter today saying, quote, "We are heartbroken. Bryce will always be a part of our Georgia Tech football family," end quote. Bryce graduated high school early, and he was supposed to start school right here in Atlanta next Monday. The Atlanta Hawks taking a 10-game losing streak down to Orlando to play the Magic tonight. Trae Young, he's still out with that ankle injury, and Atlanta is yet again a massive underdog heading into this one. The final game of the decade for the Hawks. Surely they'll make it a good one, right? All right, let's find out. Final minute of the first half, Norcross native Brandon Goodwin knocking down a triple. He was 3 of 4 from beyond the arc and had a team-high 21 off the bench tonight. Then the final 2 minutes of the game, here comes the splash. The Hawks have displayed quite the comeback. Kevin Huerter tipping the ball. Goodwin saves it, races down the court. Then John Collins showing it off with the one-hand slam. Atlanta once down by 18 in the second quarter, mounting quite a feisty comeback to win it 101-93, ending that 10-game losing streak. Georgia trying to stay perfect at Stegman Coliseum, hosting Austin Peay. Rayshawn Hammonds, he had the hot hand tonight. A team-high 17 from him. Here's a massive dunk assisted by the Ant-Man. And speaking of that fabulous freshman, with 16 to go, Anthony Edwards, he hits a layup and one. He'll go to the line. Georgia wins it by 30, 78-48 the final. Now the Dogs stare down a very tough stretch of basketball blue bloods and top-ranked SEC programs, starting with Memphis this Saturday. That'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.
More at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
Babe, where are my keys?
Where's my lunch?
Where's my phone? Hey, where's my blue shirt?
Where's my pen? Have you seen it?
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
I woke up at 2 in the morning to be here. where were you?
Once you allow it, right, then it sets you up for the entire week where you just have lost it.
Like on a Sunday, it's like, oh, let's just order some Chinese food, and of course you wind up eating tons of that. And then on Monday, you're like, well, I got leftovers, I can't let it go to waste.
Auntie wants to give you a plate to take home from the barbecue.
Auntie.
No.
Auntie, don't invite me to the barbecue.
I'm gonna be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. only on 11 Alive.
The 11 Alive app is your go-to source for all things Atlanta.
You hear what happened today? I'll tell you all about it.
Breaking news the moment it happens.
The boil water advisory.
Hyper-local, accurate weather alert.
You may want to grab that sweater, maybe even a coat.
More stories to uncover. More videos to discover.
He did it his way.
Personalized for you.
And that's what makes it so special.
The 11 Alive app. Available now in the App Store.
Hey, I got the ways to go. I got moves to make, homie, but I stay in the flow. So y'all just do what I say I'ma do. No, my movement ain't fading. You can assume what I'm doing was great.
Oh, and so I was saying, there is always something filming here in Atlanta. From movies to TV shows, you name it. And so the A Scene keeps up with all of it for you. Casting calls, which big celebrities are in town, what's filming, and if it's in your neighborhood. It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But you know, I really wish you would have told us we were filming this today.
Ooh, did I not text you? All right. Ah, it's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed.
In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
Jeff.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here.
Tomorrow, the last day of 2019, and it's going to be nice and dry and kind of cool, 54 for a high. Still dry on Wednesday, a couple more clouds will mix in for the first day of 2020, a low of 35 and a high of 55. So we end the year dry, we start the year dry, but then day 2 of 2020 is when we'll see some rain moving in, more showers into Friday. That ends on Saturday, a few flurries possible up in North Georgia Saturday, and then dry Sunday and Monday with 50 degrees for a high Sunday, 56 on Monday.
Chris, thank you. Thank you, Marie. And Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for watching the Big 36, where news is king.
I'm not going to be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. only on 11 Alive.
Some mornings, what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Blog on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11 Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outkast mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little 5 Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
All we feel is good vibes. When you vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hence. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11 Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun.
And they're
convenient. But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like they have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transportation.